What's up, playback? I'm not gonna take too much of y'all time, man, but want to get my thoughts on this topic. I just put a flame emoji in the title because sometimes, man, I don't like being, you know, uh, fixed on just one thing. Sometimes I like to just take it a lot of different places when we talking this boxing. But I find it very difficult to get out of this flame of shame that keeps being that keeps occurring in the sport of boxing. Um, Let me see, Jermall Charlo recently did an interview on hot boxing with Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson, I think he had the co-host Paul Pierce. I didn't even watch the whole thing, man. I actually watched about maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And it was about as much as I can get in, not because I was busy or had something to do, but it was simply because Jermall Charlo is not on no big champ shit, like I've been saying. And I'm bringing up Jermall. If y'all see the thumbnail, Jermall, and then I got also Vergil Ortiz I'm gonna speak on. But Jermall Charlo has been getting a lot of flame from me, you know, for years too. For years. I've been hoping this guy would step up and hold up his end of the Lions only side because Jermall Charlo is doing all the work to prove he on some big champ shit, unified. He's going after undisputed, dominating his division. While Jermall Charlo, the little brother, Jermall, is continuously embarrassing himself. He's embarrassing his fans and just embarrassing the sport. And you know what, man? I gotta be real, man. I've been flaming for a long time, and I just wish a lot more people was caught on to the flame, and we could have been flaming these individuals like Jermall Charlo and all these other guys for a good. And this is what it is, man. When you're not applying necessary flame, which is just nothing but criticism, we got the flame of fame and shame on this side, but criticism is necessary at times. And when you always complimenting the dude and tell him, "Oh man, you doing so good and good this, good that," it can get to their head, you know. And I came up different, where yeah, I was talented in a lot of shit, but I had people around me that wasn't hyping my ego, man, stroking my ego every day. You know, of course, at that time period, you know, I couldn't rely on people getting in my comment section saying some shit. I don't even like to hear out too much compliments that much because, then you start getting comfortable. You start feeling like, all right, I'm good, I'm straight now. Everybody love me, and I'm getting all of this attention. But what happens when you're not getting the attention? It make you dig deep. It because people were shitting on him. He'd be in there doing an incredible job in the ring, and they act like, oh, he didn't do good, or they want to say, oh, it wasn't exciting enough, or y'all know how these fighters, how these critics do. When there's good shit going on, you know, they always trying to find something negative to say, you know, after the fight, oh, you could have done this and done that. And then somebody can get in there and do um some mediocre shit, and then they're making a big deal. When people should be just be honest with a lot of these individuals, because being fake with these dudes like Jermall Charlo, man, they only gonna disappoint you. They only gonna disappoint you. And I believe Jermall Charlo is the fighter that he is today because of all of these people that been lying to the dude, and not getting on his case, man. Not bringing that flame to him, letting him know, man, you the little cub out here, man. Jermell's the big lion. You the little bitty cub out here, bro. You embarrassing your twin bro. You know, you need to step up and fight the other champions, man. Fight the top comp that's available. You know what I mean? But then he goes on this hot boxing shit with Mike Tyson, a legend, a former undisputed champion, heavyweight champion of the world. This man, and you know what's so crazy? And then I'm gonna get on Vergil, right? What's so crazy is a lot of the same shit that these boxer fans criticize today is the same shit Mike Tyson was telling Jermall to do. Call these dudes out. Be disrespectful. All of that. But you know what? You got so many soft ass people out here now that watch the sport. You know what y'all do? Like somebody like myself is giving credit to people that's calling people out, crashing press conferences and disrespect. I'm like, yeah, man, that's what's up. You know what I mean? Call the dude out. And then y'all say dumb shit like, oh man, you just want paydays, or oh man, this, that, and the third. Well, the OGs did that, man. The OGs in the boxing game was the ones that was disrespectful. They didn't wait around for nobody to order a fight. They demanded a fight. They told their promoters, they told the world what they wanted and when they wanted it. Nowadays, you gotta ask dudes like Jermall Charlo 5-6 times, like, well, man, come on, man. What about this guy? Don't you think he's sucker shit? I was just trying to flame this shit early, man, so that this shit wouldn't turn to what it is now. Straight up sucker shit. Hold up, y'all. My bad. I'm handling some business at the same time doing this, man. My bad to the playback. Mike begged that man to call out David and all his other ops. Yeah, man. Bronze Plumber, what's good? Mr. T said he shook. Like, is it possible to sound more like a bitch than Charlo sounded yesterday on Hot Boxing? It's possible. You know what I mean? Iron Cone, what's good? Let me drop this link real quick, man. Just in case y'all want to jump on, man. My bad. Sitting there trying to handle this business. That's why I usually try to get the business handled first before I go live. But y'all know I don't give a shit, man. I'm random with it. Vergil. Steroid, says Fool of Sports. Wow. Wow. Team Mel over here. That's right. Shout out to Exclusive News. Make sure y'all subscribe to him. Hold on, y'all. Let me send out this text. Send out this text, bro. Okay. All right, who we got coming in? Full of Sports, talk to me, man. I'm sitting there trying to handle this business, but what's good, bro?
All right, who we got coming in? Ain't nothing, man. I'm chilling, man. What's up with you?
Man, I'm just trying to give my reaction to a few things, man. Jermall, and then I'm gonna get to Vergil in a sec, man. But
Jermall,
yeah, man.
Jermall, man, like I'm not gonna even cap. You know, I can't. You know, I'm just gonna keep it real as it is. There's like certain sectors of YouTube, and there's also certain sectors of PBC that really gas this guy up to make him bigger than what he really is. You know, they think that like a Dervinchenko win, you know, which was an impressive win, was really something to behold, and they feel like he's just this larger than life thing, and they're willing to lie to him about certain things. You know, there's been many times where he had opportunities to fight guys in his division, but he turned them down, and also he got to a point where he'll lie on those guys saying, "Oh, our offer was never sent. Oh, we sent them 2 fights, but they turned us down," and just different type of like shenanigans. And then you have him getting in trouble outside of the ring as well, you know, doing goofy stuff or being accused of doing goofy stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying they respect Canelo too damn much.
They
Exclusive News said Jermall a kitten ass nigga.
no, they do respect Canelo too much. Like I think, me personally, I think there's like an unwritten code in like new boxing media where fighters can't say anything against Canelo because they'll get blackballed. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. Like say if a professional fighter comes out and just trashes Canelo, insults him, talks all this shit about him, say he ain't shit, say that nigga dances like a queer, and just trashes him. I think the media and the boxing world will probably like blackball him or something like that. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling some of these boxers are just afraid to say things that they need to say. You know, I think they just are looking out for themselves because, like, I've talked to many people, and like many people say that, like, out of the bunch, out of the fighters, like they say Canelo's the easiest one. I even talked to David Morrell's trainer. I'm like, yo, like who do you think would be the easiest for David Morrell to fight? You know? And even the trainer said, yeah, Canelo would be the easiest style for him. You know? Yeah. He said, yeah, that would be the easiest style. You know, and I'm like, well, you've like kind of lightweight said you'll fight these guys to get to Canelo. What's the problem? And he just like said what it is, basically what I'm alluding to, that if David Morrell came out and sold it Canelo, and since David Morrell knows Spanish, you know, he 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 even said that like if he came out and just like cussed them out in Spanish, talk all types of stuff, then it would be a bad look for him, and he would be like blackballed. You know, it's unfortunate, but that's how it goes now. I mean, you see the heat that Shakur's coming under for saying he can beat Canelo if they were in the same weight classes. You should see the comments on these pages, and you should see these other boxing so-called YouTubers what they have to say about it as well.
Yeah, man. Hey, so what's your response to when Mike Tyson asked, when he was saying, you know, hey, man, you got to call these guys out. You got to call them out, man.
I mean, that's what throwback fighters did. You know, if you're a throwback fighter, if you were a fighter who fought for like you were prize fighting, but you were also fighting for that you were fighting for like not only were you fighting for a bag, but you were fighting just to show that I'm that guy, then you wouldn't have any problem with Mike said. But I think at this point, Jermall Charlo, when you look at their YouTube, I don't really watch their YouTube channel, but they have a YouTube channel showing off all their cars and shit and showing their Lamborghini trucks and all that shit. So I think at this point, they're pretty comfortable. You know, Jermall still has the hunger because he's going for undisputed. But I think at this point, Jermall is comfortable because he's fighting Selecki when he could have fought Boo Boo, you know. Because being that me and Boo Boo are both Cape Verdean, I'm in touch with them like at least once a week. I'm in touch with them, and they just broke down the whole scoop to me. Like they broke down like, yeah, you know, the Jermall Charlo, he may blow smoke and mirrors in the media, but he don't want to fight Andre. He don't want to fight him. You know, he don't want to fight him, and that fight could have been made. You know, that fight could have been made. The networks wouldn't have mattered or anything like that. But that fight could have been made. You know, that fight could have been on pay-per-view, as a matter of fact. You know, but nah. So Jermall, I'm of the impression that Jermall Charlo is comfortable where he is. You know, because a David Benavidez fight could have been made too. You know what I mean? They're on the same network, PBC. So what's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yep.
I mean, yeah, and I feel like I had a point kind of what I'm saying, because what I was saying earlier was like a lot of these guys, like when I was coming up, man, I had real tough coaches, man. And even though I knew how good I was, they wouldn't tell me like that. You know what I mean? Every now and then, you know, good job, hit me on the back of the helmet or some shit. Like, you know, good job, good hit or some shit. But they don't fucking like dick tug like these dudes do now with these athletes. You know what I mean? Like they more of like, oh man, you're so incredible. And
Right.
they just fan over these dudes
Right.
to a disgusting point to where I
Right.
feel like it gets to their head.
Right.
And now they feel like a king. Like say for instance, Deontay Wilder, right?
Right.
He felt like a king. He felt like a god because you got all these people making you feel like you invincible and like you can't be beat. You know what I mean? You're a demigod or some shit now. You know what I mean? Charles Martin type status. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what happens. It's a certain complex about certain fighters, and some people can deal with compliments and still can remain hungry and humble, and then other people can't, man. They start going to their head, the Ryan Garcia syndrome shit. So speak on that, man. Do you think that I got a point with that?
No, definitely, bro. The sad thing is about the whole situation is that, like, unfortunately, these social medias they really follow these comments and stuff like that. Like, but me, I do what I can. I try to I try to troll the shit out of whatchamacallit, these fighters, bro. I troll Ryan Garcia all the time. As a matter of fact, I put on the video, I put on his Twitter page when Tank said he got dropped by a guy who can't even hit. I put that on his page all the time. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of the crap. You know, I'm not going to gas up these fighters if they're not doing like what a real fighter does. Okay, they get so comfortable so quickly. You see what's happening with Cambosis. That dude is already comfortable, waiting. This guy is actually waiting for Lomachenko when a Devin Haney fight could be made right now.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he's waiting
Right.
because people are gassing him up.
Mm-hmm.
People are saying, "Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe a Ryan Garcia fight would be good afterward. You don't need to fight Devin Haney. What has he done?" And he's listening to these things.
Yeah, and it seems like a lot of the guys on the sidelines are getting fights by not even saying shit, you know, or not even putting in the work. In a lot of cases, like say for instance, Triple G, right?
Mm-hmm.
He ain't fucking probably called out Canelo in I don't know how long, right?
Right.
But now all of a sudden there's some beef that's stirred up. You know, there's some
All
personal
of
shit.
all of a sudden.
You know what I mean? But somebody, right, who's like, say, Demetrius Andrade, who
Right.
has been calling out for the fight. He been disrespecting this dude, but still staying active, right? Still undefeated.
Right.
That guy will get criticized as, oh, he want a payday. He too thirsty. So is it switched around nowadays, man? Is boxing like that now? You can't.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to
Pretty
be
much,
quiet
bro.
to get a fight.
Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Boxing is like that. You know, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Canelo says that a fight is possible with Kamaru Usman and Jake Paul. He says a fight with like that is possible, but a fight with Demetrius Andrade, all he wants is a payday, and he's a horrible fighter. And his fans will agree with that as well too. So when Triple G, like for example, with Triple G, when Demetrius Andrade wants to fight him, Triple G fans are like, "Oh, Demetrius Andrade got dropped by Monterosian. He got hurt by Liam Williams, which, by the way, was an elbow that Liam Williams buzzed him with." A lot of people didn't even watch the damn fight, but they'll bring up those talking points, and then I'll tell them. So, isn't that more reason for these guys to fight him then? If he's vulnerable,
Exactly.
isn't that more reason for them to fight him? Wouldn't you think? But unfortunately, like that makes no sense. I try to wrap my mind around what they are saying. I really try to wrap my mind around what they're saying because it's like you're telling me that okay, a fighter got buzzed, a fighter got hurt, but in the same note, you're kind of like lightweight, not encouraging the fight. Like, please make that make sense. If a guy is vulnerable, wouldn't you want that guy to fight the guy you're saying that would beat him? You know,
Can you
like
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. I'm
Okay. Go ahead.
trying to wrap my mind around that though. I'm trying to wrap my mind around logic of some of these fans. You know.
Hey, so before I get to the Ortiz topic, man, Ortiz situation, I want to speak on Chris Colbert, right? Because I think this kind of ties into the point I'm trying to make with today's topic. Huh?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
So Chris Colbert, right? I just happened to be scrolling down my IG and I'm following him. And I happen to see, like he's still showing off a lot of his Louis V shit, his ice. And it's become more of fighters used to be about the sweat, the gym, the hard work. Now it's more about how pretty can I get? How iced out can I get? This guy fresh off a loss and he's still out here showing off his jewels and his Gucci bags and all of this stuff. And it seems like that too has been factored into why the sport is where it's at now. A lot of these guys have become fashion models, man. For practically Fashion Nova, a lot of them, you know what I mean? And all of these different brands. So it's almost like watching a music video now. You know what I mean? Your favorite hip hop artist in a music video, advertising all of this shit. Their favorite alcohol, the new jewelry from what's the dude from Houston, the Asian guy, Johnny Dang Jewels, and it's like they just become promoters of all of these products and clothes and shit. So I don't know. It seems like is that what this shit then turned into? These fighters gotta, they trying to protect their oath so they can still keep they advertising game going with marketing all of this fancy shit so that everybody can respect them. Like I'm kind of getting tired, bro, honestly, with seeing all of this shit. Like they just care more about how they look on camera more than who they actually about to get in that motherfucking ring with. You feel me?
Most definitely. The thing is that there was a time and a place to get right, what I mean, and look the part. But the whole thing is that, like, if you were like a vintage type fighter, you were going to just stay in the mud, and you were always going to stay ready. You were always going to be in the gym, even when you weren't having a fight. You were going to still stay ready, stay vigilant, knowing that, hey, that it could at any given day, like it only takes one shot, or it only takes one thing that can that will do me in. And like with Chris Colbert, who hasn't really technically really done anything in the sport, him showing off and him him doing everything like that, it just goes to show that instead of learning from the defeat, he is like basically trying to uphold an image to, like,
It's almost like, let me see if they still love me. Let me put all this nice
yeah,
shit
yeah,
on.
yeah,
Let me see
yeah,
if they
yeah,
still
yeah,
fuck with me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? How many likes and
Mm-hmm.
comments can I still get? Even though I
Mm-hmm.
lost, let me go. Let me take a picture of this so I can see if they still fuck with me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how it goes. That's how it
How
goes.
about how about take a picture of you hitting the bag, or you know what I mean? Back,
And
you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly. And not only that, the thing is, I can say that even though Devin Haney does show off his things, he
He
works hard.
works. He
He
works.
works very hard. He works
Right.
very hard. He has very good work habits. But with these other guys, I don't think they have those work habits. The thing is that the thing is, you know, for
Facts.
example,
Facts. Actually.
Chris Colbert, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I were him, he kept on going back and forth with Shakur and stuff like that, talking about, what I do, this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he was the throwback fighter, right, before he had this fight, he would have made that fight. Because that's how it used to be back in the day. Like, if someone called your
Absolutely.
bluff,
Yeah.
they would be like, yo, let's make the fight. Nothing
Yeah.
would be asked, and they would just make the fight. That's how it would work. But
Hey,
apparently he didn't think that.
real talk. Hey, what's going on, Shelton?
Flang, what's up, bro?
Glad to have you on, bro. You know what I
Check
mean? Just
me out, Black. I got one question, bro. I got one
go,
question.
go ahead, family.
Is it possible? Is it humanly possible to sound more like a bitch than Charlo did yesterday?
I mean, I don't know, bro. Hey, bro, I only watched about 7 minutes of it, man. So that was as much as I can get. So I don't
Man,
know what
you
else was said after that time
sounded
period,
like
bro.
a straight hoe. Talking about no, Mike said, call him out. Just say his name, call him out. No, Mike, I can't do that. If I do that, if I disrespect him, they won't fight me.
So is that the era we didn't got to, Shelter? I was asking Foolish Sports the same thing. Make sure y'all subscribe to Foolish Sports as well. I was asking him the same question. Like, is that what it is now? You got to be really quiet. You can't call out the guy that you want to fight. You got to just sit quiet at the house, maybe read the newspaper, twirl your thumbs, and wait for that special phone call from the guy. And make sure that when he calls, you be as respectful and nice as possible. Go ahead.
No, what they should do is this. I want a Canelo fight, right? I'm a fighter and I want a Canelo fight. But I fight at 160. So what I'll do is beat up all the guys I can at 160, right?
Mhm.
If that's gonna get me to fight, then I move my ass up to 68 and start beating motherfuckers up there.
Right.
When
Right.
you have to fight me. See, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna tell you why he never got to fight. I'm gonna tell you why he wouldn't get to fight. Remember when Canelo was being chased by Triple G?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Hell yeah.
bum after bum, and
He vacated that
and
belt.
what did Triple G do? When they put them bums in there, what did he do?
When they what?
When they put them bums in there with Triple G, what did Triple G do?
He got him out of there.
He got them bums up out of there. They put Kell Brook in there, the welterweight champion of the world. What did he do? He got his motherfucking ass up out of there.
Hell yeah.
So the pressure became so great from Canelo's fans.
Got you.
He got to fight this guy because he's beating everybody, knocking him out, saying he's the best, and you run it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the tactic Charlo should have done. But instead, Charlo fought Brandon Adams, a 54-pounder who from my city, he from Watts, my homeboy.
Oh, you from Watts?
He from Watts. He from the projects.
Oh, my God.
He fought Brandon Adams, a 54-pounder, couldn't stop him. Fought Korobov, couldn't stop him. Fought Derevchenko, couldn't stop him. Fought what's his name, Montiel, couldn't stop him. And now you saying you want a Canelo fight? What incentive does Canelo have to fight you? You can't even beat these guys. Canelo would have stopped all of those guys I made that I named. He'd have knocked all them dudes out. I have no doubt. He'd have stopped all them tabs. But you want me to go back to 60 where I already been the champ to fight you for what? For what? If you want to fight me, bring your ass up here to 68, beat some of these dudes, and then I'll think about it. But until then, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know, if you ain't can't do that, shut the fuck up. That's all I can.
Yeah, man, I hear you, bro. I mean, it's like you can't just be you can't have a no for all other top comp in your division and only have a yes for the face of boxing. Like, what kind of fighter does that, man? No to you, no, Lions only, nigga. No, Canelo. Yes, Canelo. Yes, Canelo. So enough of this guy, Jermall. You know what I mean? He stays on the Flame of Shame chart for sure. Vergil Ortiz pulls out of his fight with McKinson. What was it, a week before the fight? And I was just, waiting, trying to take my time to see what the excuse was for him not showing up. And for not going through with the fight, and some long ass word, that I gotta look up the definition for. But
you got Radball. That's a disease where when you overexert yourself, you work out too hard.
He got the Rambo.
Muscles release protein into your bloodstream. That shit can kill you.
Okay. So I don't know if it was any foul play or some shit going on. Some people saying it was maybe he wasn't gonna make weight or what.
That's what it was. The fact that he was trying to work out so hard to cut the weight and he couldn't cut it. He was like 160, 165 when he checked into the hospital. So there was no way he was gonna lose 18 pounds in 2 days. It just
Wow.
The kid is too big. The kid has to move up. He's too big. You got to move up. That's all it is.
You know what that says, though? You know what that says?
What is that?
Says that fool doesn't stay in the gym.
Or he need to go
or have a regular like regiment where you're just like maintaining, like keeping a certain weight, and then you're like,
it can't be because he's 23 years old and he's grown. Can't be that.
I was about to say that too, man. He's 23, bro. What up, bros? I was gonna say, man, not for nothing, but that kid is big, man. He's been big for a while, and he's been killing himself actually to make that.
Because he knows what lies at 154. Because he knows what lies at 154.
It's not even that. It's just that. Look, like he been trying to kill himself to make that weight when he's a naturally big kid. Like he's a big dude. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't think it's nothing about what lies at 154. I think it's because everybody know is like welterweight, right? Is the glamour weight division. That's where the most attention has been at and the most money has been at for a very long time, because you have the Manny Pacquiao's, the Floyd Mayweathers, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's where the most money is at for the past 15 years in boxing, right? 15, 20 years. So I think that was more over of a financial a financial decision that his team has been on, his dad has been on, to pursue a title at 147, which he's always been too big for that division. You know,
But he's been ducking all.
a quote unquote weight bully.
But he's
Yeah,
been
because
ducking.
we already know, bro, that there ain't no money at 54. We know that for
right.
a fact.
That's what I
mean,
case in point.
at the end of the day,
go ahead, finish. Actual, let Actual finish.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is Shelton just made my case in point. Like, it's not there ain't no money like that in 154. You know what I'm saying? So that you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, when you're first starting off, like you have to earn your stripes, and the money's gonna come. But I mean, I'm not, no disrespect, but I'm not really big on Vergil Ortiz. For me, he's just a flat-footed, block shot with your head fighter. That's just me, though. That's just me. And he's ducked people at 147. He ducked the guy that beat Josh Kelly, who stopped Josh Kelly for a guy who has 2 knockouts.
Hey, I'm gonna cover that fight this weekend. So for the ones catching the playback and the ones on the panel now, man, y'all join me this weekend.
I'm not really big on it.
I'll be there, Black. I'm still going.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover the David Evanesian fight. I forgot his opponent's name just that fast. Metz or some whatever it was.
Man, he gonna smoke that dude.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about it, man, because I got some things that I want to cover that fight for a reason. I'm gonna go into some things, but yeah, just a reminder. I just want to throw it out there. We're gonna be covering that fight this Saturday. But yeah, man. And then Actual, your thoughts on Jermall, man. I mean, Mike Tyson over here telling this guy, "Come on, man, call these guys out. Come on, call them out." Man. And he over here, it's not like that. It's not like that, Mike.
You know, Charlo, man, he likes to talk and then renege on his on what his original talking points was. He likes to talk the shit, get some a little attention, a little buzz, and then he regresses back to his little corner. You know, like, you know, I heard Young Billy earlier was on live and Shelton was there, right? And he said something, you know, I think the subject of, you know, when Danny Jacobs came and confronted him in that instance, right? And I think, you know, Young Billy was trying to, you know, kind of defend Charlo in that instance where everybody knows that when Danny Jacobs pulled up on him, right? Charlo was his energy completely changed. You see it in his face. He completely changed his energy. Oh, there you go, right there. Motherfucker, you knew he was coming through. You know what I'm saying? And you had your little cousin or whatever, I call him Pencil Neck, talking for you, talking more shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Actually calling him a pussy. Look at his eyes instead of you doing it yourself. So, you know, Charlo, he been, and don't give me this shit about Danny Jacobs didn't want the fucking fight. He fucking called him out numerous times, and the shit didn't happen because it didn't fucking happen because the shit across the street side. So, you know, respect to Young Billy and all that, but respectfully, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming here with some real actual facts, like my name states, man. And I'm gonna say this. Hold on, I'm gonna say this. Look, if he fighting a dude, listen, he's fighting a fucking dude in Maljuk Selecki. You know, all respect to Maljuk Selecki, but Danny Jacobs fought and beat this guy for the first guy ever to beat this guy 4 fucking years ago, man.
That's true. I forgot about that. Danny,
you know what I'm saying? Andre beat the guy the next year after Danny Jacobs beat him. So fight the dude that you've been calling out and fight the dude that got a title at 160. Stop fighting leftovers, my guy. You fighting leftovers. Motherfucker's a leftovers master's eater, man. He's the master of eating leftovers, man.
Well, let's not forget what he did and the energy changed. Let's not forget that he was the one who first started this whole Benavidez stuff when he got on Instagram Live with, I think it was Anthony Durrell. He got on Instagram Live with Anthony Durrell, and he's like, do I have permission to go up to 168 and F up David Benavidez? Word got back, and David Benavidez is like, okay, easy call. Let's do it. And then all of a sudden, all the excuses, vaccine, I don't fight people under 25, and all types of other excuses. Now you have, and this is no disrespect to Jermall, but he do got a point. But he's he has to protect their brand so hard that now he's saying that, oh, you know, David Benavidez, he should be fighting at cruiserweight. But now you have him even protecting his brother because his brother's looking bad out here. Saying one thing, doing another. That fight could have easily been made. A David Benavidez fight with Charlo, you could have put that on pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, you could have put it on the same card as the Lubin or the Joran Ennis card. Could have had that during the summer, pay-per-view. But he didn't want that.
No. Damn, man. Well, let's see. Iron Kong. He's still muted.
What's up, man?
What's up, fam? What's your thoughts on this, man? I know that thing. I was able to catch a little bit of your live stream, your last live, but what's your thoughts on Jermall and then Vergil Ortiz, man, the whole situation?
Hold on 1 second.
All right. Somebody said Jermall the cowardly lion. So I really hope that
Yeah,
he
you hear me?
changes. Yeah, we hear you.
Nah, you know, I'm not sure an interview could have gone worse for somebody. You know, I'm not sure any interview could have gone worse for anybody. I mean, this interview exposed pretty much everything about Jermall, the PBC, just the mentality of these new age boxers. It's interesting that he talks about how if he disrespects somebody, they're not gonna fight him. But then isn't that the reason why he said he's not gonna fight Andre because Andre disrespected his brother by pulling out? Then, you know, is that why he don't want to fight? Because remember, Andre walked up on him in a goddamn press conference and pretty much walked up on him and his brother. So
Right.
is that why they you know they don't want to fight Andre? Because I thought that, you know, if you disrespected somebody and if you got a problem with somebody, the best thing to do is fight them, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay,
you know,
well.
put them in their place. But these new age dudes, I don't like you, so I'm not gonna fight you. And then, you know, Mike Tyson asked him, like, would you fight like a friend? And Black, we've had this conversation before. Friends fight each other. Like when Terrence Crawford and I think Sean Porter was saying there was friends and all this other dumb shit.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, friends make money with each other, man. You
Yeah.
know? And I don't know, Jermall Charlo is somebody who has had a lot of YTBC protection.
Yeah.
A lot of overhype. And like I had this conversation with somebody on social media, which I don't like talking on Twitter about boxing because my page is not for that. But when this dude was like telling me like, oh, Jermall Charlo is a much harder start for Canelo than Bivol and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, based on what? What have you seen from Jermall Charlo that makes Jermall Charlo special? Explain it to me, because I'm still waiting for anybody to explain to me. What have you seen from Jermall Charlo?
He only had one special moment, and that was at 54.
54.
With J-Rock, right? With J-Rock.
That was it.
Exactly.
And the thing is about that is, like, I've been saying it over and over again. That Kobarov fight or whatever, that Korobov fight, that was a draw fight. Like, and Korobov don't even got no power, but he was boxing circles around Jermall. Like, I mean, rewatch that fight. Rewatch that fight, bro. He was boxing circles around that man. And I'm like, he basic. He basic.
Right. So
yeah.
Just to finish up, it's like, you know, Jermall Charlo, you know, he even said, oh, I'm going to be 32 or something this year. Yeah, you know, y'all gotta be like, you know, this man has really squandered his career. He allowed these people to keep him on the hot dog warmer carousel, and now the meat kind of spoiled. So they don't know. He don't know what they're gonna do now, because Canelo is tied up for the rest of the year. Is he gonna wait another year for Canelo? So another year wasted, not achieving nothing, not unifying, not in no meaningful fights.
Hey, Iron Kong. I think Jermall think he the face of boxing or some shit, man.
Yo, but this man really said Jermall's career is on a hot dog 7-Eleven warmer. 7-Eleven carousel hot dog warmer.
Man, that's real talk, man. It's like he just waiting for somebody to pick him off and, you know, and use him, but nobody's interested. You know, these guys can make fights outside of Canelo, and they just refuse to. Jermall said on there, you know, why would I fight David Benavidez? You know, I can fight, you know, Canelo for all this. Bro, Canelo is occupied for the next 12 months. You understand? This man is occupied.
All right.
You know, and it's just disappointing. And that's where boxing is. You know, I don't know what kind of contract that these guys have that Danny Jacobs and them didn't have. And by the way, Danny Jacobs did in fact call out this dude numerous times when he beat Sergey for the belt, for the IBF belt. He was on an interview right after the fight, post-fight, and they asked him, who do you want to fight? He calls out Jermall Charlo, right? I want to fight Jermall Charlo. Both of them are with Al as advisors, but somehow that fight just can't happen. You know, even though they say Danny Jacobs got robbed against John Ryder. Okay, so fight Danny now then. Still no. So, you know, I don't know what to say about Jermall.
This is what you say, Iron. What you say. 2 fights, and he's fought 2 things. Yeah.
I didn't hear the brother. Wait.
I said
So
the
Chelsea is
got 32 fights on his resume. He got 32 fights, and he's fought 2 world champions in 32 fights.
He fought 2 world champs? Oh, Trout and J-Rock then. No, not J-Rock. J-Rock wasn't even champ when he fought him.
No, they counted
he was actually
K9.
A mandatory.
Black, just the last thing before, you know, I let the brothers get on, you know. People keep bringing up this nonsense about Andre and Jermall. Imagine me trying to explain to a new fan of the sport, this guy won't fight this guy because 6 or 7 years ago, this guy apparently pulled out of a fight with his brother, not this guy. He offered him $7 million, and he said no. And I'm supposed to explain that to a new fan of boxing?
I mean, that's what this shit did turned into, bro.
That's what and a lot of people running with that shit too. Like that's a valid reason for Andre not getting any type of fight.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing about it. It's really sad that people run with this because, you know, the thing is Boo Boo would have fought both of the Charlos, but it's just like certain things happen. You know, he would have fought both of them, but you know, crap happens in the business. But now that the dust has settled, there's nothing that is keeping that fight from happening except for them being in their like even you had even Ronnie Shields coming out and talking crap about like why he shouldn't fight. As a matter of fact, there's an interview where Ronnie Shields straight out said, yeah, he's a good fighter, but he doesn't do anything for us.
He doesn't have nothing to offer.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to offer. Oh, so a belt ain't on the line? 2 belts?
That's what everybody be saying about him too.
It's real sad, bro.
Okay, so I had to mute. Yeah, and then but what's good, Grindheart? What's good, bro?
What's good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, this Selecki shit, man. This shit a letdown, bro. You know, at first he looked at like he was finna get the Nello fight. Okay, that went past, but the Munguia fight was right there, bro. It was right there, dog.
Well, they saying that ain't his fault. They saying that. I mean, I don't blame him for the Munguia fight not happening. I think that's the Golden Boys is being ridiculous in this situation. I mean, I don't know what else the fuck they want. I mean, you know, the world champion is Jermall Charlo, and they already gave them, I think, rights, broadcasting rights in Mexico and somewhere else, but they want some extra pay-per-view. I think it was like pay-per-view. They were trying to do some pay-per-view shit.
Well, I hardly think that's even true. That's just Oscar talking dumb shit.
Yeah, it was like a co pay-per-view type thing. And I think that was the end of it. It was just like,
yeah, they wanted in on the US money too. When PBC was trying to get them the Mexican money and UK money, where they most popular at.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I don't blame him for the Munguia shit because Golden Boy not trying to do shit. not a damn thing out here, man. So
They
you
really
know,
aren't. Like I when you really look at it, Golden Boy don't give a shit about
they
at
damn near
this.
out the game. Full of
Yeah,
sports, they are
pretty
damn
much,
near out the game, bro.
pretty much, bro, pretty much.
And
They
it's
really don't
nothing
give
to
a shit.
even.
I think
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
so
to
why the hell? So why the hell did Selecki skip past Adames? I'd rather see him fight Carlos Adames.
exactly, but neither Munguia, he ain't even fighting Adames. So no, it's like
Because he knows what will
right.
happen when he
So,
fights him. He knows
hey,
what
so
will
So
happen
it's
when
like
he
he not
fights
the
gonna
him.
fight
man done
Adonis?
beat Derbyanchenko for what reason? Now he ain't even getting a shot.
Because he
exactly.
knows what will happen. They all know what will happen.
But hey, yo, the
Like
WBC should be ashamed. Like, bro, order the fight. So you mean to tell me Munguia doesn't fight Adames for the mandatory for the WBC, and you don't mandate
Gotta make it
Jermall
like
Charlo to fight Adames
that.
as mandatory. So what's the point then? He beat Deverenchenko for nothing. I mean,
well, that's what the
Not with the
WBC
tip of your
does.
toe to like the side.
That's what
Yeah.
the WBC does. Best believe if that thing didn't happen with Terrence Crawford suing
But
Top Rank,
you want to use like this part of your foot.
like if that thing didn't happen with the Terrence Crawford in the situation with him suing Top Rank, we wouldn't have saw this Shakur Oscar Valdez fight. The WBC wouldn't want that.
that's a good point.
Back
I'm
up.
telling you.
Back up more.
A lot of people feel. Y'all, hey, is they still under investigation for that, or is that off? Like,
I don't know,
oh,
bro. I don't
I
even
haven't
know.
heard shit
To be
else.
honest,
From
I
that.
haven't heard anything about it, bro. To be honest with you,
Step
I
back.
haven't heard anything. I don't know what's
I want
going
you to
on with
just
it,
kick
bro.
it from there, like
You
that.
know?
Hey, Santos,
Stop the ball.
you coaching football, bro? Yo,
Oh shit, my bad.
Nah, keep coaching, man. Shit, show them the way, man. Yeah, but what about to say? Yeah, but actually, man, like like I was saying, man, I felt like if a lot of people was applying more flame, early on to guys like say Jermall,
Mm-hmm.
instead of you know, hyping this guy and worshiping this dude for nothing. Like that's what's happening nowadays.
For a
These
knockout
fighters,
against J Rock, for a knockout against J Rock.
yeah, but yet you got these boxer fans that are hype these guys and defend them and debate for them and stupid shit. And that's why they ain't got to. That's why they're not on no big championship, and they're not gonna be in no big championship because of all of these weak ass fans. That's giving them hype for nothing. For
Right.
nothing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the coddling, man. These fans, like these so-called fans, I call them admirers, secret admirers, and coddlers, man. They
Yeah.
just they act like they're their own children and stuff. You know what I mean? Get them out there, go get them a real fight, man. Talk that shit and get them a real fight. Stop protecting these dudes, man. Hold them accountable.
And then the thing is that I don't like about it is that they'll say something like, "Oh, Canelo can get a fight with more money." It's like, nigga, why are you pocket watching? Like, why do you care about how much money he gets? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
They care more about
You know
that.
how dumb that sounds? Since when do you care about how much money a fighter gets? And you're a fan.
That's some thought shit, right? Ooh, I wonder how much money he make. Pocket watching that shit. Y'all,
Yeah,
they act like that.
watching,
Fans
bro.
are now.
Yeah, Canelo could get more money fighting someone else. That's what they always say.
Shit, who gonna get more money than to fight Charlo?
Shit.
But at the very
Probably,
least,
maybe Benavidez.
Well, he turned down his biggest payday to get undisputed at 160 against Andre. They were giving him $40 million. But instead, even Andre said, F it. And I talked to his father, by the way. His father told me, they said, F it, we'll take a pay cut. We'll fight for $5 million. Just get him in the ring. They still turned it down. So, man, these guys.
But it seems like Benavidez also, because I heard all this shit from him and his father, how they reached out to what's Demetrius' father's name about making
Paul.
between them. Paul. And no, I'm hearing that they're backing off that fight to go fight Caleb Plant. I'm like,
Yeah, that was lies too about
what the fuck?
that was lies too. They were trying to lowball Andre too, and he said, "Okay, I'll take the lowball offer. Just get in the ring." And then they said, "Nah, we're good."
Oh man,
Bro, y'all gotta pay attention, bro. Y'all didn't hear what Benavidez promoter said about Andre.
Well,
He don't
yeah,
I heard him.
he don't
yeah,
want that fight for Benavidez.
I told Samson on Twitter, yo, you terrible for the sport. You rock. When you were supposed to make Benavidez versus Caleb Plant as a unification, you said some dumb shit about you got to marinate to make it a pay-per-view and all this dumb shit. Then Caleb Plant gets beaten. David Benavidez can't keep his calories in check. And then, now it's the fight for nothing. Now you're talking about you got to get paid more for Andre than with Canelo. You got to start talking at, what is it, $10 million for the fight? I was just like, yo, I can't. I hate these people, bro.
He said the man only wants to win the fight.
What the hell is?
Isn't
that the point? Isn't that the point to win fights?
If you don't like my style, then you got to negate my style. Make me fight something. Make me fight your fight then. You know?
Well, unfortunately, I've been down here getting some work at Benavidez's gym, and unfortunately, Team Benavidez even said that I was asking him, well, you can fight David Morrell Jr. He's available, and he said he wants to fight. I'm pretty sure he's not going to back down the fight. They said we don't want to ruin his career. He'll be ready in 4 or 5 more years. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember they said that shit.
Yeah,
he's a regular champion though.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, bro. At this point, the way that the boxing circus works, bro, you when the fight gets announced, you almost think it's too good to be true. I knew the Jaime Munguia Jermall Charlo fight was too good to be true. That's why I didn't even say breaking news or anything. I knew it was too good to be true. When you hear about a fight and it sounds too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true at this point in time with this boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's gotten to that point.
I'm back. Yeah, I was hearing you, Fuller. You were saying that some of these fights are too good to be true, man. Like, I didn't cover that shit neither, man. When that news came out, the Charlo and McGee, I was like, okay, we'll see.
It's just kind of funny though, and I don't really feel sorry too much for Espinosa and them, because when Andre was offered to come over there, Tom Brown on an interview said, "Oh, of course Eddie wants us to pay for the fight because Andre is boring." Then they went to fight Montiel and looked like crap. Eddie Hearn before that was like, "No problem, I'll pay for the fight. I'll offer you $7 million." Nah, I ain't the matchmaker. Don't send me no offers. And all this dumb shit Charlo was talking about, right? And Espinosa blocked that fight. You know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden they willing, they're happy to make a goddamn Jaime Munguia fight, which is not a unification, but but again, it shows something very important, that these people talk all this dumb shit about how they're for black slick fighters and all that. When you had a chance to make a fight between two brothers and are undefeated and unification and all that on your network, you disrespected Andre, but now you're opening your pockets to Jaime. I'm not trying to bring no race into this, but I just want to blow up the dumb shit that some of these YouTube people be talking about. It's nonsense.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it is, bro. At the end of the day, like as I said, with these guys, bro, I just pretty much like take it at face value when they talk their shit and stuff like that. I just really keep it at face value because I know like most of them aren't about the shit. You know what I mean? Including these networks, including Showtime and all of them, So I just keep it at face value when they talk, basically.
Hey, Iron Cone, you know what, man? I was watching the Roy Jones Jr. interview. He did a recent interview on All the Smoke.
podcast. Have you ever watched that before with Matt Barnes and Steven
Yeah, I
Jackson?
watched that.
Yeah.
Okay, did y'all see the Roy Jones interview?
No.
Okay, man, like that's just a breath of fresh air watching an interview like that. So to get reminded of the mentality of how the OGs, they mentality was in boxing, man, calling out fighters. He said him and his dad fell out because the first time that they presented the James Toney fight to him, his dad turned the fight down without telling him. And when the fight came back around and was presented to him, they were saying, "Yeah, man, it's the second time we offered it." And he found out his dad turned it down. He kind of fell out with his dad because, like, don't turn down no fights with me. You know, I'm fighting. He was like, you know, if a dude out there think they can beat me, I gotta fight him because I gotta get that fade. He was like, I gotta prove to the world that I'm the best. He said, just it doesn't matter who he is, what country, what place. If you think he the best, tell me who he is so I can fight him. And that's how his mentality was, man. He was so like determined to prove to the world that he was the best that he even fell out with his pops because his pops tried to turn down the opportunity for him to prove that he was the best. So we just don't see too many Roy Jones mentalities nowadays, man. We just don't see it. But I keep them, I keep that spirit alive. I try my best to keep that spirit alive. And then when I see that type of attitude, that type of energy in boxing, regardless of what fighter it is, what complexion, I always try to give it to them and give them their flowers because y'all see that the sport is dying because of
Right.
shit like it's too many Jermalls,
Yeah.
and I got nothing against him. I want him to provide for his family and all of that, but we can't, the sport ain't gonna survive with 100 Jermall Charlos now. I'm just
Right.
saying, bro.
Right.
A bunch of guys with belts, and then they feel privileged, and then they talking about, no, it ain't like that no more. And, nah, we gotta be cool. They're not gonna fight me if I call them out. And so we can't be taking that lightly, man, because it's like a virus. It's like this 19 shit out here, man. It spreads. It spreads to another fighter, and then another fighter comes in the game thinking that they got to do the same thing. And so, hey, man, I really enjoyed. Like, I watched 7 minutes of Jamal's interview, and I watched about an hour and 15 of Roy Jones. So it just shows you the difference, man. I'm not really fucking with this era of boxers. At least not a
Me
lot of them.
neither. Me neither. And the sad thing is about this era of boxing is that rather than like the sport, a lot of these people just like fighters. Like, like niggas know Canelo's favorite food, his favorite drinks. It's like favorite cartoon shows and all types of
Favorite alcohol, all that
Yeah.
shit, bro.
all
Man
types of
fans.
like
Mhm.
Lomachenko, like I'm like, y'all niggas wouldn't even give a shit about Ukraine if that nigga wasn't from there. Get the hell out of here. You didn't know where Ukraine was a couple of weeks back. It's just that your favorite fighter, for obvious reasons, happens to be from there. And like you ask them, like if you ask them about anybody else in that division, they won't even like. They'll just say, "Who has that guy fought?" That's the number one go-to response for guys who are man fans. Who has he fought? When the real question should be, who wants to fight him?
Mhm.
That's what the real question should be. There's no reason, for example, that this Kambosos Devin Haney fight shouldn't be signed, sealed, and delivered by now. There's nothing imploding this fight.
Bro, they're trying to
There's nothing at all.
They're trying to make Lomachenko go AWOL from his war in the Ukraine to go into training camp to fight this dude. I'm like, y'all don't have no shame. This man is supposedly in a war where it is illegal for any man 18 to 60 to leave the country. Y'all trying to smuggle this man into Romania, turn him into a deserter.
He's a smuggle this man.
To go fight a boxing match?
Come on, man. Yeah, just desperate, bro.
All just to stay away from Haney.
Devin Haney, man.
If
These niggas,
Lomachenko
bro.
deserts his post, Santos, are you there?
Yeah, I'm in.
You was in the Marines, right?
Yeah.
If you're in a war situation and a man deserts his post, what's the penalty? Can he be shot?
Yeah, you can get that. That's death. That's like death, man. Yeah, it's like you get the death penalty for that shit.
Our Cornwall fatality, man. Don't
Hey,
leave
he is
Ukraine.
in war. How are you going to? And you're not deserting for no reason. You deserting to go fight a boxing match. No,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You stay where you are.
For a belt?
I forget. It's either death or life in prison or some shit in military prison.
And all that.
I know.
All that.
You know where my dad. I know when my dad fought the Portuguese and was frontline, nigga. If you didn't fight, you were getting shot in the head. That's just how it went. Because he didn't. It wasn't. It was guerrilla warfare. No, it wasn't military. It was guerrilla warfare. So it was like different. So if you weren't like, if you were able to fight and you didn't fight, and it would be like, yo, bro, hasta la vista.
That means you're the enemy. You with them then.
Yeah, it's like hasta la vista.
So they're trying to
get down or lay down type shit.
They're trying to pack Lomachenko into a trunk of a goddamn sedan.
He's short enough to fit in the suitcase with a little.
Yeah, drive this man over a border so he can enter into training camp to, like, how much do you not want to fight Devin Haney?
I mean, I'm telling you, dog, it should get crazy.
And then the whole thing. My thing is, I'm a Bivol fan. I F with Bivol, right? I F with him heavy. I F with Bivol heavy. It's just that me personally, I feel there was other things in his division that he could have been in that would have been bigger than this fight. Honestly, imagine if he would have like fought Beterbiev, a unification fight. And that would have been like, to me personally, that would have been a bigger fight than the Canelo fight.
Bob Arum said that fight don't sell nothing. And they were like, no.
Man, get the hell out of here.
You want to fight in Russia. He was like, he want to fight. Bob Arum said, it's interview, it's up. That fight is not going to be. Bob Arum wants to get into the Canelo sweepstakes too. So he's not going to put that.
Bivol didn't want that type of smoke.
I doubt that.
Oh, with Zerto.
With better beef?
I doubt that. Bivol has beaten a lot of the guys under him in the light heavyweight, and he wanted that fight. Bob Arum said he don't want that fight because it's not gonna sell.
See that shit, bro?
You can pull an interview. That's what he said.
You see that shit?
That's what he said. I can't.
Bob is saying everybody can't sell, and Bob don't.
Nobody can sell, but can they?
I might do. I wouldn't say Bivol duck them because Bob Arum don't cross the street unless they're heavily favored.
Yeah,
unless it's a DAZN situation, then he'll probably cross the street.
The reason why he don't want that also is he don't sell because Bob Arum don't really promote shit, bro. Unless the fighter can sell himself, Bob don't really promote or don't do a whole lot of promoting. He's not a good promoter, right? So you have two Russians. You can't have them two fight in America. Them two got to fight in Moscow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't
right.
You can't have that fight in America. They're gonna fight in America. Nobody.
No, they're not gonna have.
Yeah, you can't fight in America. Not them two fighters.
Not
in Moscow.
Yeah. No, but now it's gonna be even. It's gonna be even more hostility to Bivol because of the simple fact that he is a Russian. You know what I mean?
Like I said on my live stream, these reporters are disrespectful. You keep asking this man about the war. And it's like, okay, suppose Dmitry Bivol says, listen, man, I'm Russian, I support my country.
Right.
Is he a
then
villain?
They would bury him. They would bury him.
Yeah.
So now he's a villain because he says, I support my country, right? He's a villain.
They would bury him.
Okay. All right, cool. Stop asking this man about goddamn the war. I realized they were doing that shit with Anthony Joshua. And afterward, he had to tell the reporters, yo, stop asking me about Usyk. You know, there's a war. Stop asking people about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why you keep asking these fighters about this guy? Suppose Anthony Joshua said, I don't like how they're treating Nigerians in the Ukraine, so F Ukraine. Is he a villain now? Stop asking these people these questions.
Yeah, he would be a villain because
he's a villain, right? Okay.
Yeah, he would be a villain because you know how it is with this media, bro. Like, you know who controls the media, so it's like...
Yeah, and try to make Canelo look so great for beating them, too.
Yeah, like... And that's the thing. Like, Bivol would, in order for Bivol to win this fight, he would seriously have to buckle Canelo's knees to like really even have a chance at winning the fight, or make it look visibly, like make it visibly look like he hurt that dude. But other than that, it's like, forget about it. You know what I mean?
I say if he win 9 rounds, I think he can get the decision though.
You think so?
He got to win 9.
I think he can win, man. I think this is gonna be one of the hardest fights for Canelo, man. But you know, it's just I just lately, you know, coming off I hate to just judge him off his last performance, but he just didn't look that great. And I hate to try to say that, oh, Canelo going after him because he waited till he looked bad in the fight and then went after him and shit. Because I know Bivol, he, you know, just like you said, Full of Sports, I fuck with Bivol too.
Yeah, I messed with him. I think with him, and I don't want to say this, I think with him, it's just that like he doesn't fight that often. He doesn't like, he's not that active. So I think when he does fight, he's cool with coasting like around just to work on things. I hate to say it, but it like, because there's numerous guys he could have got out of there, but it just seems like he likes to coast. You know what I mean? Like I believe that's what he likes to do in his fights. You know, Bivol.
He a boxer. He ain't no puncher.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bivol getting to a goddamn rhythm on you, and if you can't, the thing is, if you can't get Dimitri out of his rhythm, you're in a lot of trouble because he don't care. He'll win boring. He don't care nothing about that. He don't care what you talking about. If you can't get him out of his zone, you're in a lot of trouble. You know what I'm saying? But just to talk on this Vergil Ortiz stuff, right?
Yeah.
So Vergil Ortiz got this muscle eating disease apparently. And,
no, I mean laugh. Go ahead.
Something like that. A few people were saying how he was big and heavy, and I agree with everybody else. Bro, you need to just go up to 154.
He ain't gonna do that.
You think he's drained already?
Hey,
so this guy got to go up before getting a world title shot. So he's ducked his world title shot, so now he got to go up.
I think because if you start eating into your muscle in training, then that means you've pretty much hit a wall or some shit. Like you can't lose no more in weight like that. So he has to make a decision. I'm no doctor, so maybe I don't know what the hell I got.
I mean, it's that too, Kong, and then his diet too, man. You got to see what he eat. You know, being Mexican, especially in his household, you know, his moms and aunts and all that, they throw down. So he eating all them tortillas and sour cream and all that stuff, man. That joint got a lot of acidity, you know, especially tomatoes and stuff. Tons of tomatoes in their food, you know. It's got a lot of acidity, or probably using ingredients with, you know, MSG and stuff. That stuff is bad for you, especially if you an athlete, you're trying to train and you're trying to cut weight in a short time period. Hell yeah, your body's gonna deteriorate, your bones are gonna deteriorate to the molecular level, man. So yeah, man, I think he needs to probably maybe switch up his diet, maybe get a official health coordinator, you know.
You gotta hire like Algeria. I think Algeria does like
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Get Algeria to make some Mediterranean sandwiches and tacos and shit.
You gotta get off
Mediterranean.
You gotta get off that Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, get off that Andy Ruiz diet, man. That binge.
Yeah, that'll take your career quick.
I'm not trying to be. I'm a fan of boxing, but I'm still a fan of styles. I'm still a fan of certain styles. Everybody knows I like the technical, all-around styles, like the Shakurs, the David Morrells, those kind of styles. But I've been trying to look for something great in Vergil Ortiz, and for me, he just gets touched up too much. I'm sorry, but he was getting touched up against Green Machine or Mean Machine, whatever his name is. And I have a feeling that he would have got touched up against the guy who beat Josh Kelly as well. That's why he didn't want those problems.
Oh, David,
you can punch.
But I think a part of that, but see, Fuller, real quick. Now I'm gonna revert back to what I was saying. He's been too big for that weight division for a very long time. Is because he feels comfortable getting touched up by them kind of guys because he's not feeling them punches like that because he's a bigger dude. He's a naturally bigger kid.
Well, you know, my coach teaches 10 years later, when you're talking with the slur and stuff like that, you're going to feel it then.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Most definitely. Most definitely he's gonna feel it then. But right
So
now he's young. He's a big
I
fucking
mean,
kid, and he's not feeling them blows like that. He's walking through shit. You know.
well, we'll see how long that lasts because, like with boxing, like you see the ones who come out the sport and they're with all their senses, and you see the ones who come out the sport without all their senses, and it's like, I don't want to be that guy.
You're not.
Yeah.
Mondo says Bivol ain't no joke. It's like people forgot who he is. He would beat Andre Ward in 2017. Ah, okay, hold on about all that shit.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like, you know, I really don't know because Andre Ward, he just was a different kind of like fighter. He was just built different, you know. Andre Ward just had too many things.
He said
Yeah.
Bivol, Better Beef, and Vostik are the reason Ward retired. I wouldn't say all that. I thought that I did give him a little light flame for not getting that last belt against Adonis Stevenson. I don't know if he was worried about Better Beef and Bivol. I don't even know if they was even on his radar at that time, but I don't know. But we'll never know. We'll never know. I wish Ward would have kept fighting. You know, maybe the walls was closing in, and he was in a dangerous division. So who knows? I thought Ward retired because of injury. Doctor said. I don't know about no injuries. I think he just chose that, man, because he was even trying to entertain coming back to face Canelo, and then possible was rumors of him possibly trying to come back to fight AJ when AJ was still had the belt. So you know, hey, I don't know if any of y'all seen the video that I posted a few days ago, but I took a few clips. One was from Keith Thurman, and he was talking about the super title in the WBA and how the loophole, the super title where there ain't no mandatories attached, right? And he was talking about how like Floyd utilized that loophole and so that people couldn't talk about them two fighting. You know what I mean? Because technically, you know, once he became the super, there's no mandatory there. So Keith was at the regular, Floyd had the super belt, and they never ended up fighting. But although it should have been a fight, it should have been a mandatory order for them two guys to fight or whatever. And then he went in and started talking about the then I showed how the franchise came about, you know. And I mean, I'm tying all this into today's topic of how like just boxing is just switched up. These fighters have changed energy. You got fighters now are utilizing loopholes in boxing, whether it be drug loopholes, whether it be getting out of mandatory loopholes, like a lot of different things that they utilizing. And I'm just seeing all these different factors that I feel has overall hurt the sport and made a lot of this shit soft, man. A lot of these fighters is real soft because they got protection. You know, when you got a bunch of protection, you're not really, you know, you don't have that energy. You don't feel like you gotta be on guard 24/7. You know, like you know, some of these fighters you can kind of compare it to like when Floyd go out. You got all these big ass bodyguards with him and shit. A lot of these fighters is like protected like that. You know, it's like
Yeah,
you
they
know, all
definitely
these
got a
different things. Go
they
ahead,
they
actually.
they definitely got a bunch of human condoms around them and shit.
There you go. Yeah, man. You know, so it's they all protected out here for sure. Um, but yeah, man, I felt that. I'm seeing what's your boy? Woo, Blair the Flair getting a lot of buzz out here too, man. Um, exposing shit, saying different things here and there, and of course you got certain fighters like Blair the Flair who can actually talk the talk. He can command attention when the
Yeah.
cameras is on. He's gonna say the right things to make you be like, "Woo, what did he just say?" You know. And then there's other fighters, right, that might be higher up on the ranking system. They may be world titles, and they don't have that kind of character. So
Yeah.
you just kind of see it's just like, you know, certain things. You're like, okay, that's good. That's good in boxing. You know, he's good for boxing for this reason. And then you see other guys that in higher position, they don't even have that type of energy. You know, um, they may say some shit like "you're not on my level" or whatever the case. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And you know, it's like they don't have the same intensity that he does. But you'd be like, damn, I wish that guy who had that kind of skill set had Blair the Flair's type of, you know, charisma and character to sell. And so it's just, you know, you see certain things that you can like, and then you see certain other things that is just like, I just feel like it's just most shit that's outweighing the good in boxing. And just getting
Yeah,
worse and worse. People protecting promoters, they protecting the fighters, and it's
people actually,
loopholes.
yeah, people actually like commending the coaches for protecting fighters too, like saying dumb shit like Eddie Ray also knows best and stuff like that, and all this other bullshit. You
Yeah.
know, it's sad, bro. It's like a sad state of affairs. What do you think of Shakur Stevenson's comments, though? Like, do you think that do you think that like when he said, you know, if I was at Canelo's weight class, I would beat him and things like that. Like, what do you think of his energy? Like, do you think he's going too far, or do you think he's doing what a fighter needs to do? What do you think?
Fuck no, he's not going too far. I wish we had more people that talk like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel you're a pound for pound fighter, I mean, for what I was taught about pound for pound early on was that your style can translate into other weight classes, and your skill set is good enough to win in multiple weight classes. So if he think that, look, my skill, if somebody had my skills and they was at that weight, they would be the best. And if I was at that weight, I would be the best. Then I ain't got no issue with him thinking that, because of course, he don't have all of the accolades to go along with it yet, but off his skill set alone, a lot of us rank him up there, like top pound for pound. Like, we want to look at top styles. Shit, give me Shakur put him on my squad. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like, a
yeah.
lot of people like, look, let me get this Shakur. If it was a dope ass boxing game come out, who the fuck not gonna use Shakur Stevenson?
Well,
You know?
you would be surprised at the comments you see on his page now, though. There's even been comments accusing him of.
But we know what kind of people coming at him.
Yeah, no,
Yo,
there's comments accusing him of now using PEDs. You know?
Shakur?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey, y'all do your work. You know what I mean? Like, if he ain't signed up for VADA, then apply flame. You feel me? Like, you know,
now
when it comes to that
I
shit,
think
then
he
hey,
is signed
you
up
got to
for
deal with
VADA.
that.
I need to check, but I think he is signed up for VADA.
Look,
I don't know. I don't know if well, I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
For
But
me,
when
real quick,
go ahead, man.
I wanted just to say, for me, real quick, I think the top dude for the PBC or the Showtime side of things is the dude right next to me in his picture is Stephen Fulton. You know what I'm saying? He's been fighting the top level dudes, and I've been saying this since 2017 that he's gonna be, and now people's just now starting to get on the Stephen Cool Boy Fulton train. You know what I'm saying? When I've been harping on this dude, me and Jalik, matter of fact, you know, but Jalik was more over the Boots Ennis, and I was like, nah, Fulton is that dude from Philly. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
you know,
we
see already that Fulton already is multiple world champion. You know what I'm saying? He got that IBO first. Started with the 10. I told Fulton, I was like, yo, a lot of people's gonna try to disrespect you because you got that IBO, but that IBO means a lot, even though it's not a sanctioned body. I'm still, to this day, I'm gonna say it. The IBO is the real green belt, man. You know, that's the real deal. Once he got that, you know, just everything fell into place, and you saw, you know, he was the underdog in a lot of these fights, and he's been coming up. You know, so you know, it's messed up that he's not gonna fight Akhmadaliev right now, but you know, he's gonna fight Roman. But you know, I just wanted to say this is the most valuable player right here in that PBC, the Showtime side. If you really want to see a real fighter, a real boxer, an all-around cool dude, fuck a Cool Boy, man. I'm admittedly a man fan of Cool Boys, man. Officially.
man. Yeah, hopefully he just stay on some big champ shit. He's unified world champ. Like you mentioned, the IBO. Shout out to Actual Facts, man. He schooled us on the IBO. And you know, we've been pushing the IBO, you know, since then, you know, because we feel like the WBC needs to be replaced. And what better replacement than the next green belt, honorable green IBO belt, to be promoted. And you need to demote the belt. I wish it was like a voting scale, a voting system where the fans can vote. Like, you know what? Hey, they ain't giving us that sanctioned body ain't doing right. Let's get them out of here, man.
You know what though? You know what these fighters need to do though? I'm telling you what these fighters need to do. They need to sue the shit out of WBC for all their shenanigans. Like many fighters need to do it,
like
not
Dylan
just
White.
one, not just
Right.
one, but many fighters need to sue the WBC to show them
That's
like
true,
y'all
bro.
can't be doing this. Y'all can't be doing what you're doing out here. You know?
Right, without consequence.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's just become the WBC didn't turn into a cult. You know what I mean?
The
They got a
fake clean boxing program.
They got a Gerhard, they got a follow, they got a huge following. It's like a cult, the WBC. They got a huge following. You say something about them, they got an army of motherfuckers that troll you and try to accuse you of anything, all type of work. You call you anything in the book when you just point out the facts of what the WBC has done and the inconsistencies and letting fighters off who have tested positive for PEDs and raising clenbuterol levels. We can go. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Alejandro Jimenez, you know what I mean, beating on Franchise Cruz Discern with PEDs in it, and allowing her to keep her belt for a little bit until the B sample came back. And all kind of shit, man. Shit, this resume, it's a deep ass archive with this WBC work, man. But yeah, man, it's just like there's only a few champions that actually hold it up with honor and keep the honor of that green belt alive. Jermall Charlo is one of them. Stephen Fulton is another one. Who else is a admirable? You know, I have flame for Errol Spence, but I mean, shit, he can fight his ass off. He can fight his ass off. You know?
Errol Spence, I was rocking with Spence for a long time and stuff like that. Well, I just felt he lost the hunger, you know,
right?
And it just like, you know, I don't really like, I don't really judge someone's personal life since it's boxing, but all of a sudden he have like a back full of tattoos. It's like usually when you get all these tattoos, it's like you've been through some shit, you know what I mean? And you kind of don't have another way to cope, like except for getting tattoos and shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
And so that's why I just don't feel like it's like, you know, maybe it's not there anymore. I have to judge by this Ugas fight, how he looks in the Ugas fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, like he beat the brakes off of Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia hasn't been back. You know, but it's just I don't know, man. We just got to see what he looks like.
Yeah, we gotta definitely see what he look like, and you know, it got to be certain fighters in each side of the street, is that like they like to call it, or each network promoter. They gotta, it's certain ones that they're gonna need to step up, you know. Like I've been looking at this shit like chess, you know, a lot over the last few years with boxing. You know, these promoters, they got their own fighters, their own pieces on the board, and they move it how they want to move, and they all here out here trying to capture these world titles. So, you know, they doing what they do and all that, but there's certain fighters that they need that's gonna you know what I mean, always gonna be willing to stand the test of time. It don't matter who else it is on the other side of the street. You know, I want to know who the best warriors on PBC is, who the best warriors on Top Rank is, Matchroom, you know, and all that Sky Sports, whoever these fighters are, you know, women's boxing and men's boxing. And them the ones I pay attention to, you know. We got different names for it. I call it big champ shit. And, you know, I don't discriminate. Whoever meets that criteria, that's who I pay attention to.
You know what's crazy though? That one, I forgot her name actually. Damn, that's how you know things got bad. I forgot that fighter's name, but Michaela Myler said, "I want to beat her ass," and it's
you talking about Alicia Baumgartner?
Yeah, she's comfortable now. That fight ain't happening. She's comfortable. She's content,
bro.
Where she is.
And I applied flame early on that shit, like when Alicia on everything, bro. Like everybody was getting caught up in, oh, she's sexy. Ooh, like,
yeah. No,
okay.
Bro, that fight's not happening, bro. She's comfortable with what she has now.
Hey, everybody that I bring it up to, man, they be like, nah, man, she'll knock out Michaela Mayer. I'm like, bro, listen, man.
She's not trying to fight her, bro.
And I know that she ain't got the energy for it because she started talking like the dudes talk when they don't want smoke. oh, we got to
Yeah.
build that fight up, you know. Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
fight,
yeah,
it'll
yeah, yeah,
happen.
yeah,
It'll
yeah,
happen down the
yeah,
line.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, she
Like she's
doesn't want
talking
it.
that built up shit. I'm like,
No,
nah,
she
you
doesn't
worried
want that
about?
work, bro. She doesn't want that work, bro.
She don't
Period.
want the work, bro.
Yeah, she don't want the work. She happy with her newfound Twitter fame and her
See
little
what I'm
commentary
saying?
job.
And as a boxing fan, if you a real boxing fan, you can't see what am gonna be true media and flame the men boxers and not man fan for them, and then start uh woman fanning now and shit. And for the women's boxing and not have the same energy, no, I'm gonna
Well,
keep the
you know
same
what?
energy. You feel me?
I guess I'm a woman fan for Alicia Baumgartner. That's my girl, man. I'm a
See,
meat shield for her.
See,
see, Actual's one, Shelton is another, 1-2 Kid, I think, on her team too, man.
I'm not
I'm
on
meat
that
Damn.
team.
shielded for
Tony's
Alicia.
reviews.
I'm not on that team.
Leave her alone. She done got signed to that the zone money. She get that the zone money. She don't want to mess that up.
She
I'm not
taking
on that
poses
team.
and shit. She posing every day. Come on, man.
I'm not on that
I
team.
get it. She doing it, but that's what I'm saying. The shit that Alicia Baumgartner do, I see Jermall Charlo do. I see Errol Spence do.
Cambosis, we got to include Cambosis now too.
Cambosis. Like
Yeah,
when they win and they get on that, they get a taste of that, then
yeah,
they switch up.
yeah.
Oh, you show me something. Oh, it'll be down the line. We got to build it up first. Oh, you want to stall because you feeling good. You feeling good. Shit is going well. And you know that's some smoke. That's some real smoke for
Right,
your
right,
ass.
right.
And you rather just take your time and see maybe somebody else will get them, or maybe down the line see if something happened where you grow out of the weight class. So I don't know, man. That's how I look at it. Like, man, I look
Yeah,
at the energy of these fighters, whether they're
right.
male or female. And if I feel like, okay, look, they're concerned about that smoke, I just be like, okay, I apply a little pressure, a little flame to it,
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
see how people respond. I'm like, oh, they go to man fans. Like, there they go.
Yeah.
And just to see the temperature. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
realize, like, okay, y'all don't want to see this unification because y'all woman fanning now. That's what y'all
Yeah.
doing. That's what
That's
y'all
no
doing.
Yeah,
So
when Mayor and Bumgarner's supposed to happen, man.
it
well,
ain't
Bob,
happening. It ain't happening.
like Fuller said, that shit ain't gonna happen,
It
dog.
ain't
Cause she
happening.
don't want that smoke.
You don't want that work?
And she a beautiful woman, but I ain't scared to say she don't want that smoke with Michaela Mayer.
No, she
You
doesn't.
know,
She
Michaela
doesn't.
I
Mayer is
ain't heard
something
nothing
different,
from
bro.
Michaela Mayer ever since she had the little reaction to the fight or whatever. But she seemed like she want that smoke though.
She
What
No,
doesn't.
y'all
she was
seen
on
from
her ass,
Alicia?
bro.
What y'all seen from Bumgarner that say she don't want the smoke?
Man, how she's moving.
What?
Look at how she's moving now.
Was she
Bruh,
fighting a
okay.
tomato coming up?
She
Nah,
ain't
it ain't even
fighting
about
at
that.
all. She ain't
She
fighting
trying to
at all.
marinate. She trying to marinate and take pictures, man.
Take
Yeah,
I get
Terry
it.
pictures,
Harper, she just fought
goals.
The
the
one that
girl
she
she
beat,
got
she already fought, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And she just doing. She was in a dress doing the commentary or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Skirt, tight ass. You know how she do. So that's
Yeah,
all she focused on,
yeah.
keeping her world title. As a matter of fact, she was at a basketball game with her world title. I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
Why are you there? I get it. You're a world champ. Why you bring your belt to a basketball game? Like, oh, you want to make sure everybody know who you is everywhere you go because you trying
Right.
to marinate. And
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I would have had the same energy for Jermall Charlo trying to show up at the Knicks game. Like, nigga, what you doing, bro? I mean, the Nets. Like, what you doing, bro? What your black ass brought the belt to the Nets game for, dog? You know what I mean? What about the smoke that you got? What about a unification or something? You know what I mean? So get up out of here, man. Y'all remember
Yeah,
how Porter
man.
was when he got it?
160. It should never be 4 belts in a division with 4 different champs, man.
Well, the thing
160.
is, yeah, it's all these Infinity Stones are really crazy right now. Keeping track of all these damn Infinity Stones.
Right. And you got some people that's actually trying to collect them, and these
Being
ones
blocked.
holding these stones, the ones holding these stones got troops.
Yeah, they're not. They're getting blocked from trying to collect them. Like Devin Haney, he wants to just get all the Infinity Stones, but the other guy doesn't want Black Thanos to succeed, basically.
Cambosa's got a lot of troops, bro.
Yeah, he's for freaking he Cambosa's got the whole damn Avengers, and Devin Haney is Thanos, and they're afraid of that nigga.
He got to beat all the Avengers and shit to get to that.
You know what? To be honest, I got Devin Haney walking through that nigga and stopping him. I think Cambosis knows that. I think because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna call Devin Haney a weight bully, but you can tell 135 is becoming like, damn, how much more longer can I make this weight?
Yeah, he rehydrates to 155. He was in that. That's how big he was against JoJo Diaz.
Like, so it's like, yeah, like, I'm just being real. Like, he's gonna have to move some 140 and see what's going on up there.
And it's a doggy dog world.
You seeing guys that really want smoke in their weight class being forced to go up, and two guys this year, potentially Devin Haney, and then Demetrius Andrade. You know,
well, not only that though. Unfortunately, at 140, the guy who did get his ass whooped but won't give a rematch to the guy who got his ass whooped is now talking about moving to 147, and he's going to have more problems up there than he is at 140.
Wait. Who? T.O.?
Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor.
Oh, Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, because in this last fight, I rewatched his fight, and if you want to be generous, you can give that fight a draw. You know, you can give it a draw, but he kind of got his ass beat. I can't even cap. He got his ass whooped in that fight. And he's not giving him a rematch either. He's not giving Dude a rematch. You know?
Yeah, he's talking about that 143.
Yeah, he's talking about at a catch weight and some shit like that. Yeah.
Nah, that's bullshit, bro. He need them belts on the line for that, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, LaRon? What's up, bro? Shout out to the members. Yeah, Ronald said Blair was giving Haney good sparring. I didn't know they sparred.
No, he was giving him some good work. It was long ago.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never seen that footage. I've seen him and Shakur. I just never seen him and Cobb.
Blair, matter of fact, is an underdog in this fight against Rocha.
Blair's an underdog?
Yeah, I think he a plus 175.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just watched that Rocha do fight Rashidi Ellis. He is kind of good.
Speaking of which, Rashidi Ellis needs to just leave Golden Boy, because it's like at one time even Rashidi Ellis says I've been looking forward to beating Vergil Ortiz ass, and I'm like, okay, so you can make that fight can be made. It's an in-house fight. What's the problem? Nothing happened. So at this point, Rashidi Ellis needs to just take it on the chin and leave Golden Boy. They're doing nothing for him.
1-2 kid, what's up, bro?
He got to at least do Rashidi and Blair. Shit.
Exactly. Something like that.
What's up, Tony?
Going on? What's good?
What's happening, bro? What you up to, man?
Shit, playing a video game.
Oh, you streaming it?
Nah, I'm not streaming.
Oh, okay. Because you be streaming sometime, right? The game?
Yeah. I'll be streaming this game sometimes.
For sure.
I done lost.
Yeah, man. We was talking about earlier, Jermall Charlo, bro. Jermall, the kitty cat Charlo, man. And then how this guy was basically saying to Mike that it ain't like that no more, Mike. And what he was meant was just talking about how, you know, you can't be disrespectful no more. You don't call out the guy that you want to fight no more. You know, is that too disrespectful? What do you feel about that, Tony? Was Mike out of line for telling this man to call out everybody that he wanted to fight on camera on a big show?
Hell nah. Like, what the fuck? Like, if I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna talk shit about you. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how it's always been. Like, I mean, that shit go back to elementary school. Like, you always talk shit about somebody you want to fight, unless you don't really want to fight them and you're scared if you call their name, they're gonna answer. That's how I look at it. Like if you're scared to say somebody's name, then it's because you don't want them to answer the call. Because then it puts you in a position where now you have to answer to what you just said.
Yeah,
So you're
if
certain
he
about the
would have said
counter.
Benavidez' name just then, Benavidez would have made a video within a couple hours calling him all types of shit.
You'd have been, yeah. Hell yeah. He would have had to start drinking, do a different live. Being disrespectful, talking about he ain't got vaccinated yet. Come on. Lions on deep.
He ain't been vaccinated.
Lions on deep. So, and then on the flip side of it, man, Vergil Ortiz, man, I mean,
yeah, I heard he pulled out of this fight.
Tragic incident, I guess, man.
I don't know. I don't know
what that if you want.
No, I don't know what happened to Vergil. I just heard he pulled out the fight. Like I really, truly have been just playing this damn video game, paying zero attention to boxing. Like
shout out to you, man.
Like, let me tell you something. When I want to fight something on my game, there's no ducking. They run at me, I go fight them. Like I'm tired of the ducking. Like I've been playing, fighting. Like it's been much better than boxing. But what happened?
Yeah, man. You know what, man? I didn't even care, man. This dude, you know, he wasn't even nobody special who's fighting anyway. So I guess he's too big for the weight class, from what I understand. What it look like. What you think, 1-2 Kid? What happened to Vergil Ortiz, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, if he can't make the weight, then it's time to move up.
Did he say he could make the weight?
Well, they said that one of the conditions that he has is from you can get that condition from constantly trying to dehydrate yourself.
What's the condition that he has?
I forgot the name of it, to be honest with you.
It's a long
but I know
word.
it puts out a toxin in your body and it becomes poisonous in your body. Your body turns on itself.
Yeah, he sent like a paragraph from the hospital, I think. So to his fans and shit. So
I mean, if it's legit, you know,
if it's legit. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not gonna say he was doing something wrong, or one thing he was doing is he might be fighting in the wrong weight class, and we know what happens then. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only get away with that shit for so long.
Yeah, especially.
I think Blair said he on that shit.
Yeah, Blair accused him of what you
hold up.
That's why I said Vergil, steroids.
So Blair said what?
Yeah, Blair accused him of juicing to the gills. So I can play the video if you want.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll play the video. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Yeah.
You said Blair did that?
Yeah, he accused him of steroid use.
Ooh, Blair calling out everybody.
Yeah, I think Blair, his energy. I like his energy, like when he calling out fighters, but just like knocking fighters randomly. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like calling people cowards and shit. I'm like,
what's I don't know. Hey,
well, I mean, hey, if I call you a coward and you don't answer
it's gonna get him a fight, then big salute to him, brother.
I get where he going with it, but what I'm saying is, you know, he trying to make a name for himself this late in his career because he needs a big fight. So I mean, you got to also look at it the other way and see where it's coming from. You know what I mean? He been put on the shelf for a long time, so he trying to make a name for himself. So he stepped to Ennis. He called out Earl. He talking crap about Ortiz as well. So I mean, I like his energy. I think that's what we need in boxing. But I'm just saying, like, you got to know what it is too. You know, you can't take it all.
He about to get everything he wants.
You can't take it all as gold. Everything he's saying. You know what I'm saying? So
hell no. People this shit is just entertainment. But he gonna fucking his mom gonna write him a check for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's gonna be able to cash. I don't know, but I think that he about to get a check written out.
It's definitely interesting. I
feel people try to compare him to Rolly, say he can talk his way to a payday like Rolly.
Yeah, Rolly he can talk his way to a payday.
Got a WBA regular belt. Blair is nowhere in the rankings. Like, where the hell is he?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think
if he doing that, he not even ranked. God damn, Blair.
I put him as talent wise in the same bracket. To keep it real with y'all.
With who?
with him and Rolly.
With
I think
Rolly.
they about the same.
Hell no. I think Blair is better than him. Come on, don't
Like,
disrespect Blair.
but I'm just saying, man. Like, I don't think that, you know,
Rolly is garbage, bro.
Yeah, I'm not a big Rolly fan. Like, I was knocking Haney, I was knocking Ryan, anybody that was talking about fighting this guy. And so now, if it's Tank, well, he gets it too. Like, no discrimination, man.
But look, does anybody get flamed in the welterweight division for fighting Blair the Flair? And if the answer is no, then that's a different level.
Yeah, Earl and Crawford shouldn't be fighting them, but like somebody like Thurman or Boots. I mean,
are we gonna hate on Jerron Enos if he just say, "Look, let me fight my Philly, the Philly homie over here. Let me just go ahead and fight this dude since he talking shit." I'm not gonna flame Jerron Enos.
What I'm trying to say is, what Ennis needs it. Like, he got, like, when you as high as Tank, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because Tank, he seems to not be fighting top competition.
Yeah, I see your point.
And he
Tank
continuing he continuing to do that for no reason. And I'm like,
and he fought Gamboa too. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it is different because them Tank shouldn't be fighting certain guys that he been fighting, man.
Yeah,
these guys
so I
look
mean,
like they don't
what Boots, it's like, I'm not that mad at that fight because I look at it like somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, get somebody in there with a name, because I think that the biggest name he been in there with is Lipinets, and Lipinets is like 5'3". So I'm like,
yeah. Hey, Haplo, we could put more than 6 on the panel if you wanted to jump on. My bad, 1-2 kid. That's the name of the I guess the whatever condition Vergil had. Rhabdomyolysis.
Damn.
Probably butchered that, but hey. That's what it is.
No, that's how I sounded that shit out of my head. I think you did all right.
I don't know. Like I said, if he's got a legit, I just got back, by the way, obviously. But if he's got a legit condition, it is what it is. But it's just crazy how, like, he becomes a mandatory, and then now he's got a condition where he can't fight at the weight class right after he gets his mando.
What's that? I missed it, bro. The last part, what you just said.
Oh, I was just saying that, like, he finally become a mandatory for Terrence Crawford, and it's just crazy how right after he's a mandatory and he could take that fight, he gets a condition to where he can't fight at that weight class.
Mandatory.
He's been in that position for a while.
What are you talking about? Like, yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with this fight. He been in that position. He could have been fought Crawford.
Right. I got you. But
so did they order this as a go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, had he won this fight, so say he beat this dude, right? He's got no options. He has to fight Bud. Like, people gonna start calling him out, like, why you continuing to be the Mando? So I just find it funny that, you know,
bro, we've been on that shit. We know that man has been trying to stay in limbo for as long as possible. I mean, like I said, I'm not knocking this Rambo whatever shit he got, but he been trying to stay in that limbo pocket like Jaime McGee.
Right.
You know, on that
wait
type
till
of
your
shit.
bacon.
Yo, how y'all feel about that whole De La Hoya shit? He was like, yeah, but we gotta do it on the zone. And I'm like, what?
The McGee Charlo shit?
Yeah. I'm like, shit. And everyone coming out saying that Munguia wanted to fight. But dude was like, nah. I owe
so you think it's De La Hoya?
Money. Yeah. Well, he said it. He was like, I think it's a great fight and all that stuff. Then he backtracked and was like, so we gotta do it on his own. Even though he's the A side, we gotta do a pay-per-view. Because I'm like, this dude's still making up for that Canelo shit, man. He owes the zone everything.
So that's why you think why the fight didn't happen, because he wanted to make sure the zone can eat because he owed him money.
Yes.
And they was for the
God, De La Hoya need to get off the coke for real, man.
He's still on that shit.
He need to get off
that offer, man.
As soon as Canelo left, right? Yo, this is 110%. As soon as this dude left, right? This motherfucker, all the content, Golden Boy content, went right to the zone.
Hey, look, 1-2, 1-2, you hit the name right on the piñata head, boy. Oh my God, my boy. I couldn't help it, man. You know, I saw the opportunity. I wanted to take
And now you have, unfortunately, you have Joe Gusan saying that Ryan Garcia is unbeatable, and I'm like, Negro, please, man. The way he sticks his chin out and the way he closes his eyes when he's throwing shots, that's food for anybody who has that half step back, boom, check hook, boom. That's easy work, and now you have Oscar De La Hoya now trying to sell Ryan Garcia is something that we know he's not. He's like, Ryan Garcia would be too much for Devin Haney right now. Okay, well, you could have made that fight, bro.
Gotta make my ducket somehow. I have to make my ducket somehow.
Yo, and then when he talk about Tank, he be like, that guy's a fucking beast. You know where that money is.
This man be high as a motherfucker, man.
And he's so chiseled. You know, when he's
in shape, he's
honest.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, honestly, who's on Golden Boy's roster right now?
The only person that they got hope for is Zerto and what y'all said, Rashidi, right? He needed to jump off the whole shit.
No, but
man.
Do they got Jaime Munguia on the roster too?
Golden Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they been had that guy.
They do.
It's just I'm just saying, there's too many ducks on that roster, bro. Like
they got Zerto
dust.
too.
It's in the
Zerto
dirt.
don't fight nobody.
Golden Boy in the dirt, bro. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
It's not nothing to be excited about when we talking about Golden Boy promotion. They premier guy. Like, if Ryan was on some big champ shit, losing Canelo wouldn't be so bad. But Ryan was on some sucker shit.
Yeah, but
Ryan and Jaime on some sucker shit too.
Exactly. Jaime want to fight eliminators instead of for belts.
Yeah, he eliminated title ass dude.
Yeah, Jaime want to fight eliminators instead of belts.
He keep eliminating himself.
Look, Jaime wanted to fight Derevyanchenko, right? But he just lost to Adames, and he was the WBC tried to make Jaime just fight Adames, but he pulled out so damn fast. You know what I'm saying? It's like that shit crazy. Like,
yeah, bro. Hey, once again, y'all, for the ones catching it live or the playback, we will be going live this weekend, Saturday. We're gonna be covering the fight. I'm not gonna say it yet, but we're gonna be back covering the fight. So catch it. I don't think it's fake. Pillow Fisted McKinson would have been easy work. Hey, man.
That's why
I think so too.
That's what he.
If I'm McKinson, I would talk my shit. Like, he was scared he's gonna get knocked out. We'd be like, man, you got 2 knockouts. Like, nah, hey.
That's why he picked him. That's why he picked him instead of picking the guy who beat Josh Kelly.
He had a really hard time trying to sell the fight. I'll keep it honest. I mean, shout out to Oscar, Vergil, excuse me. Shout out to Vergil, but he had a hard time trying to, when they was asking him questions about, what can you tell us about McKinson and what kind of what kind of danger does he pose? And he was like, he kept saying,
Yeah, he knew, bro. He knew what time it was, He knew what time it is, And
he said see it 50-50.
He said he's not going to be ready. He's not going to be ready for Jerron Ennis in another 48 months. So we already know what that means,
Yeah, you got to go up. Yeah, gotta get to 54, and maybe he can go to 54 and fight Danny.
Danny Garcia. Garcia.
You think somebody do something for Danny, man? Danny is he needed to resurrect in the sport. Something. I think the next time we're gonna see Danny, he gonna probably come back at 168, just fat as fuck. Just
probably so.
Him and his dad still at it, but
yeah,
he gonna just be.
I never was really
that nigga with green eyes.
To be honest, I never really was big on Danny Garcia. I really wasn't big on Danny Garcia. I respected that he got in the ring with the top guys, but I never really was a big Danny Garcia guy.
Yeah.
I knew he had timing and stuff like that, but I just never really. I always thought he was like just like bloated,
Mondo said they should do Janabek versus Munguia. Yeah, just put on pay-per-view. Fuck it. Put that on pay-per-view too. You know what I mean?
But
Shit. Oscar Oboe.
Janabek, but I don't know if he would fight. I don't know if Munguia will fight Janabek either. Although Janabek only got 12 fights and stuff. And here's a guy that they were actually accusing Demetrius Andrade of ducking, but little do they know they were only trying to pay Demetrius Andrade $200,000 for that fight. So, like, why would he take that fight? And he still wouldn't get credit for beating him either. That's the thing. He still wouldn't get credit for, like, if he beat that guy.
Still would be trying to pay him 200.
Let me say something real quick, baby. All right. You don't got to be big on us because we already big. We are very big all over, baby. It's the bird. Danny's coming back. 150. We might skip all the way to 168. We're gonna fight Canelo. Once he beats the shit out of Bebo, unifies 175, then come back down to 168. And we're gonna get him at 168, baby. All right. It's gonna be Danny Garcia versus Canelo. Santos, Saul, Canelo Alvarez, baby. That's right. It's the bird.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
We big all over is what he said.
Yeah.
So that man said we're gonna make 168 fighting Canelo. So you already predicted Bivol gonna get blazed. So there you go. There's prediction at the same time. What's up, Shelton?
So at the same time,
hey fellas, what's going on?
So like you're not gonna fight David Morrell at 168?
Nobody cares about David Morrell, man. Nobody cares about him, right?
For what? He only got 5 fights.
He's a prospect. He's a prospect.
He got Berlanga problems. You know what I'm saying? You got to fight the
monster. Oh, shit.
But Berlanga said
why would anybody want to fight David Morrell when he only got 5 fights?
Because he got a belt.
He got a WBA regular.
Although it's the alphabet soup belt, he got a belt.
Canelo's mandatory.
That dude got to do something. That dude got to.
No, hey, hold on. He's not Canelo.
Hold on. Tell since he over there at PBC Island, go on and fight Benavidez and Plant them dudes.
David Benavidez said he'll be ready in 4 or 5 years to fight him.
Hey, but that man can get mandated to fight Canelo.
Well,
he really good.
Let's mandate it then. But Canelo's not going out of his way to fight that dude. What?
Canelo won't fight either. Canelo won't fight if he had 3 belts. If David Morrell had 3 belts, Canelo wasn't going to fight that fool anyway.
Hey, anybody got a comment?
He'd all be drunk too. What does that mean? Don't mean shit. He got 3 belts.
Hey, real quick, I hate to interrupt y'all, man, but I'm starting to see these type of comments. Javier Orozco says Janabek is top level competition at 60. I call it a duck on Andrade. Anybody?
Bruh, look. You already know how this goes. This is easy. So when Andrade beats the shit out of Janabek, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, he had no experience, no fights. He didn't."
No. Let me cook on that too. Let me cook on that
all
real
gonna
quick.
Say. Like,
let me cook on that real quick.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Then they're just gonna continue to be like, see, this is why Andrade doesn't deserve a fight with Canelo because these are the type of fighters he wants to fight. Like a positive's gonna turn to a negative real fast. Like, what the fuck? The dude's got like 12 fights. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Nah, this is what they're gonna do. Look. This is like when he was trying to get the fight with Billy Joe Saunders instead of Liam Williams. They were like, ooh, Liam Williams gonna stop that dude. Ooh, he's ducking. And then when he fights him and wins like 10 rounds, why couldn't you get him out in there earlier? Why did he get buzzed? He got buzzed in that fight.
Yeah.
Mind you, he was on a 7 knockout streak win.
I just want to know if anybody on the panel agree with this comment. He said, first off, Janabek is top level comp at 60, and then he said it's a duck on Andrade. So I'm like,
look, let me just say this.
If anybody on the panel agrees, let me know.
It's like Shelton said, Janabek don't even got a biblical cord belt like Morrell. You know what I'm saying? He don't even got that. So what the fuck is somebody gonna waste time on that dude? You know what I'm saying? Nobody know him. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the USA, who know him?
And it is crazy because, to be honest with you, a lot of dudes don't even knowing how they be bodying themselves. But a lot of these guys that say that be big time Canelo fans. I don't know how Javier is, but Canelo is the same guy that said Demetrius Andrade fights nobody. So how and why are y'all wanting this guy to fight nobody? And how is he ducking a nobody? Because nobody know him. He is a nobody. So
But
now y'all promoting nobodies? Jenna Baker's a somebody.
But guess what though? But guess what?
I'm just trying to get some.
No, Avery Yildirim, Liam Smith, and Rocky Fielding. Those were somebodies. You know. Who else was
homeboy? I gotta make it make sense.
Yeah. That's what happened. He was like this. No, he was like this. Look, he was like this. He was like, bro, guess what? I got a proposition for you. I'm gonna give you a trip to Miami, and I'm gonna give you a payday. But the only condition is you have to take a couple of shots. You know?
Yeah, that's I'm not disagreeing with that. Rocky Fielding was a fill-out fight at 68 to get that belt that he didn't give a fuck about. And Callum Smith had a belt. See, if you ain't got no belt, nothing to offer, he ain't fucking with you. That's why he ain't fucking with you.
So he was interested in the regular.
So Vergil don't have a belt.
No. It was a fill-out fight. I'm moving up to 68. It's my first fight at 68. It's weight division. Oh, okay. I can handle these.
Now there's wait. Now he's saying Canelo goes undisputed in 11 months, right? But look at who he fought to go undisputed. He went on a damn European tour.
But look, wait a minute. Hold on, stop with that. Who had the belts? The dudes he fought, right?
No, David Benavidez had the belt, and he didn't have that.
David Benavidez didn't have no. Who had the belt?
No. At the time when David Benavidez had the belt, he didn't want that work.
You know, I will say this. That is the accurate statement. Benavidez had the WBC belt. Canelo was not interested in winning that title. The minute Benavidez gets stripped, for the second time, Canelo jumped on it really fast to get in.
No, but trip out on this, though. Not to cut you off, but trip out on this. When he fought Callum Smith, the WBC just said, okay, we'll throw you this icing on the cake. We'll throw you the WBC belt as well. You don't have to fight for it. Go ahead. We'll just give you it in addition to Callum Smith's belt.
Don't fight for it. Nobody had it.
But there should be someone next in line to have gotten a shot.
Who was that guy? Who was that guy?
That was Yildirim.
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
Yildirim was ranked number one
contender. But look,
this is confusing.
2 years out the ring.
That's what we was cooking on for a minute.
2 years out the ring. How are you gonna be?
We be too ahead. We be too ahead once.
That's their belt. That's their sanctioning body. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
He was the number one guy.
Man, you can't complain about the guy winning all the belts, fighting the guys who had the belts. They had the belts. It ain't his problem that they ain't shit. They had the belt.
But he an opportunist.
So what? Everybody is. Cigarette anyway.
Oh. No, see, there we pulling up people. See, that's what happens, man. They take attention away from the guy that's in the present doing the shit. They'll bring up Sugar Ray, they'll bring up Floyd.
Yeah, they'll bring up like.
Hey, hold on, Shelton. When we gonna get to a point where we stop? When we gonna When we gonna get to a point where we just stop giving these guys passes by saying, "Oh, Floyd did it," or Sugar Ray did it, all the greats did it, like.
They're not gonna stop complaining about control over. Look, these don't have the same mentality we had. Look when we came up. When we came up, we had mentalities like this, like playing football. It was certain games you circled in the locker room.
You trolling, bro.
I want to fight this. I want to play this guy. I want to play these guys because these guys were the best, and we want to see how we matched up. Correct?
Yeah. I had it. It should be echoing. I'll be hearing myself echo when you talk.
Okay, it's like this. When we was coming up back in the day, we was playing ball, right? You circle certain games on the schedule, am I right? We want to play this guy, this team. These are the best teams, and we want to see how he matched up. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now in boxing back in the day, these guys didn't care who the next guy was, as long as they said I was number one. I'm fighting him, and as many belts, and it'd be correct.
Yeah.
Now you got 17 belts in every division, and there's multiple ways to be the champ. So I have to fight you to call myself, fight him, and still call myself a champ. And it's like that until they get rid of some of these belts. We're gonna keep having these same ass round the clock discussions. People gonna want this. Why didn't he fight this guy? Why didn't he fight that guy? He got the same results. It's just holding on to that fucking middleweight championship for what? It ain't got you shit. Why are you holding on to it? It ain't got you nothing but a goddamn fight with Selecki. That's all it got you.
Right.
But they don't be ready to drop them belts because them paydays be looking different.
Nah, but at the same time though, like
2.5, it ain't like you losing much.
No,
you ain't making no money. Dudes ain't getting paid. You think these dudes getting paid? It's getting paid. These dudes ain't making shit.
Hey man, they wearing their money right on them, man. They got it on their neck, their wrists.
But at the same time though, like if I was like having a belt, I don't think I would want to pay a sanctioning body for a sanctioning fee for something that's not really doing me no good, and that's kind of like fool's gold at this present time, because that's what most of these belts are freaking fool's gold, unless you're a certain complexion for the protection. I mean, like,
yeah, bro. David was Plant's mentor. Oh, he talking about Plant, David Duck and Plant and all this other stuff. Yeah, man. We bring up Canelo sometimes we get kind of chippy in the chat, man.
Nah. Yeah, when you flame Canelo, his man fans come out.
I think he put in there, it's Canelo's fault. Charlo, Benavidez, Plant, and Andre, they ain't fighting each other. Absolutely not. They need to fight each other.
Well, your pants is clown.
No. The thing is, though, here's the problem. Here's the problem with the whole thing. It's that damn franchise belt that messed everything the hell up in two divisions. Not just one division, two divisions. Because once you had that franchise belt, that's when all the confusion started. But then the franchise belt at first wasn't even a real belt, but then all of a sudden it became a real belt. So you're like, damn, who's undisputed? Damn, is he undisputed? So that, like, because
what? That shit is cursed at 135.
Hell yeah. That franchise belt. Shit.
That shit's cursed, man.
Yeah, man.
Don't take that.
And no defenses so far, right? No defenses so far.
No defenses.
Yeah, like the WBA Super. You just dropped the vid like that, right?
Hey, look.
Yeah, Haney say he dropping that thing. He win it.
I just want to say on top of the statue that was made for me, I got offered the WBC franchise at 130, and I refused, because I'm a real champion. I'm a real go-getter. I'm a real.
He didn't offer you no franchise. Stop lying about it.
Look, hey, look. I'm not making shit up, and Bob advised me, Bob.
So you popped dirty for steroids, and then they offered you franchise for protection of that. That's what you.
Hey, more protection for my complexion was what I say. The more the merrier, And hey, I was gonna take it, but then I was like, I don't want to fake the funk. I already got this teabag shit on me, and fuck that.
What kind of tea did you use, bro? Because I may need some of that tea for workouts. Let me know.
I believe it was a tea from China that was supposed to be like coronavirus fighter.
First the 19. Hell no, man.
It was supposed to be a coronavirus, antibiotic kind of thing, and it kind of fucked with my system, and pop dirty, man. So the Chinese, blame it on the Chinese and the Russians. They're causing havoc. So yeah, man.
Dude. So deflection tactics from Vergil. From your boy here, man. Golly. Come on, man. Your swelling still ain't went down, so I'm concerned. That shit is. I
Yeah,
mean, it's gonna be looking like
I'm
that
gonna
after
use my picture
Shakur.
and system, you know.
Using what?
You know,
It's extra padding. Padding in the
That
face.
shit.
He got lumped up in that last fight. He probably gonna look like that in this one too. He gonna get pieced up again.
Eyes shut.
The T didn't help, so
He gonna need it.
he gonna need something, man. But we got a unification, and I'm happy about that as a boxer fan.
Best of luck
Yeah.
to that man.
But the only reason why we got it is because of Terrence Crawford. Shout out to him.
This man, y'all gonna stick to that, huh? Crawford's responsible for all of this motion. That
Yeah,
Bob
bro.
is
Because
doing
the
now.
thing is like Bob was trying to get Shakur to fight Narete or something like that. I think at first. I think that's what he was trying to do.
We're just gonna
They
get
wanted
one credit.
Oscar and not Red Team.
I think Shakur. Yeah, they wanted Shakur to fight some other dude. They didn't want.
Oh, we
him.
got the Don in here. What's up? Ron the Don Finkley up in this motherfucker. What's up, bro?
Yo, what's good? UGC Flame in the chat. What's up? What's up, y'all?
What's happening, homie?
I just wanted to say a prayer. Thank you guys for petitioning for me to get out of the war over the Ukrainian, so I can fight lame bosos and better the sport of boxing. Even though we have Devin Haney there, you know what I mean. So I appreciate all the well wishes that you guys gave me to get out of my country. That's what's up.
Is they gonna let him out for real?
I think they are. He's getting a pass from what I'm looking at.
And you know what's sad about that too? You know what's sad? And we knew Richard Comey wasn't going to really do anything with Lomachenko, but Lomachenko was trying to get them to stop the fight, and he couldn't even knock the nigga out when it was all said and done. And you're trying to get them to stop the fight.
He didn't try to out.
And you couldn't stop him yourself?
He didn't try to stop him.
Nah, that dude is bogus. Like Loma is very bogus. Shakur would beat his ass. Like if him and Shakur fought, and you have these Lomachenko fans capping for him. Oh, Loma was school Shakur. Oh, it's like, nigga, shut the hell up. You guys like this.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think Loma no pushover, man. That motherfucker could fight.
Man, not knowing Shakur.
Yeah, I'm a Shakur fan. I like Shakur, but I'm not going to sit here and say that Lomachenko is a cornball because he didn't stop a dude. Like he beat the shit out of Nakatani too. I'm like, what the fuck? Like this dude, the motherfucker can fight, man. Like I'm a boxing fan, so I'm not gonna just sit here and knock this man for nothing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna knock him because he's a duck too. Because we have this mess at 135 thanks to him. We have this mess. We have this franchise mess because of him. So I'm not letting him off the hook.
That's true. They did.
I'm not letting him off the hook. F that.
They did petition for this franchise foolery.
Yep.
I'm
not letting him off the hook. If you really thought
he's a hell of a fighter, though, I agree. He's a hell of a fighter.
At the end of the day, if you're a hell of a fighter, you would have fought Devin Haney instead of franchise.
That was some suspect shit. And he got flame over here for sure on that. Canelo did too. Like people like your pants didn't like it. But it is what it is, man. We was thinking about the sport, not just your boy. Your boy was doing his thing, but you see everybody else trying to do his thing too. Everybody diving out. I mean, everybody don't want to fight mandatories now. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be a side.
No, it's gotten to a point where no, real quick. It's gotten to a point where these fighters have to make their mandatories fight them.
Yeah, that's how the shit done got.
Yeah, I just feel like they want to keep this turmoil going on. I don't even know if Devin Haney can beat Kambosos because I like Kambosos as a boxer. He's humiliating the sport by not fighting somebody to clear all his stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now Kambosos how you at war and you get dibs over somebody who's just actually been fit and ready to fight. It just seems it doesn't add up, man. It turns into like not even a sport. It's like a fucking circus, man. It's bullshit. You know?
Hey man, this battery about to die unless y'all gonna cook. Y'all still want to cook? I'll let my shit charge up and check back in with y'all. Otherwise, if y'all through cooking, man, I'll shut it down. It's up to y'all.
Well, one guy said a lot of questions will be answered when Shakur fights Valdez. The real question I'm gonna ask is how many shots will Valdez be able to block with his head? That's the only question I have, really. That's the only question I have, really. I'm sorry, bro, but when it comes to, I'm a
They're
little
gonna
bit
allow him to. Hey,
frustrated.
they're gonna let him wear headgear. Watch.
I'm a little frustrated, bro. I'm really kind of frustrated with how the chain of events have unfolded with the sport. So that's probably why I'm a little bit on edge, because some of these things don't make sense, especially all these belts, especially all these fool's gold belts are just ridiculous.
Yeah, happily right now score because Bob said it. You can't believe anything Bob says, but he's saying that it's a signed fight.
Steven says
What's
Shakur
all
a
this?
much more complete fighter.
Yo, what's all this stuff about Haney being overweight and all that? Like, I never seen him have trouble make weight.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard nobody say that. You must have heard somebody
He
say
hasn't
that
had
shit.
trouble making weight, but you can tell like it's about that time to move up.
Like I don't see. I think Shakur might even be a little bigger than Haney, even fighting at 130.
Yep, great point. Great point. Haney just looks like he can fight at 135 forever because of his style.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You know what I mean? Because of his style, but like he does look like he needs to move up, like just to see if he can get some power. You know what I mean? Because that shit's lacking.
Yeah. Well, because he can't seem to get a fight at 135. Which is back
Nah,
to
he
what
can't.
we was talking about.
Yeah, he can't have a. It seems like he can't get a fight at 135, bro. So he just needs to move up. I would say he moves up. Seriously.
Johnny Quiz said question I'm curious about is how many minutes till Shakur wakes up. Oh shit.
Damn.
You gonna go to sleep, huh? We'll see. Hopefully you come back after fight night. You know they never come back. They say that shit and then after the fight they be gone. You're like, damn, where these motherfuckers went?
I think it's just a bad
Well,
style.
but check out the comment though. Check out the comment. He'll be okay though. The PED is the perfect built-in excuse.
Oh wow.
You see that? Yeah.
Hey, somebody should
Well, they testing them, right? For this fight. They're gonna be
I need to see if they're doing VADA though.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what I was talking about. I heard that earlier too. That what's the ring gonna be like when Canelo fight Bivol?
Small as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, small. More or less so small.
That's a big rushing though. He should be able to take Canelo's punches, or at least have enough defense to keep him like honest. Like he ain't gonna be able to hit his arms like to beat him like Calvin Smith. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I would think that Bivol
on paper, I was like, "This is a good style matchup," but then I'm watching them fight, and I'm going, "Nah." I'm like watching them and shit. I'm like watching them and breaking shit down. I'm probably gonna do a video about that shit, about keys to victory, and what they both need to do. But I'm just seeing a lot of different things, and I'm going, I don't know, man. Then when they brought up the ring, I was like, yeah, the ring gonna be small. That kind of changes the dynamics of the fight completely. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna slow down the moving. It's gonna cut off some corners. So, hey man, if you want to make that big payday, man, that's what you got to do, I guess. But that type of thing, that's what we was talking about. Like that type of thing, man. It's like when you the A side, you can dictate the ring, you can dictate all those things. You know, true weights and all that shit.
I'm still looking if they have VADA. You know, but. Another thing too is a lot of times when you're a good fighter with footwork and you're good at like you're good at staying in the pocket and still slipping shots, you're considered a runner. For example, when Stephen Fulton fought Figueroa, and most of the time he stayed in the pocket and did his work, but sometimes he stayed on the outside. after the victory, you know, Figueroa was not happy and said he was running most of the fight. You know what I mean? And I guess Figueroa should get the flame too, because you know, Fulton offered him a rematch, but he didn't want the rematch. You know, could have got his belts back, but decided not to. You know,
Damn.
yeah. Now he's fighting Roman Gonzalez. Now he's fighting Roman Gonzalez. You know, that's Fulton's next fight. Yeah, that's what they do though. Like that's what these fans do, you know, and like those fans are not going to visit those fighters in the hospital when they have CTE and stuff like that. So, you know, that as a matter of fact, if you have a good boxing coach, he's not going to even teach you how to throw a punch first. He's going to teach you whatchamacallit. He's going to teach you your footwork. Yeah, he's going to teach you footwork first if you have a good coach. Like, especially if you come under the Cuban system. You like the Cubans, they're just going to teach you footwork first and foremost, which is smart, you know, which is smart. Smart thing to do.
Yeah, I'm curious if they got VADA for that fight as well.
Yeah, I need to see if they have VADA in that fight, you know.
Yeah. Oh, for the Fulton fight, man, him against that other guy. I feel like if he could beat Figueroa like that, I just feel like this guy Gonzalez is probably easier. Roman is easier. You know what I mean? Like that was
or Danny Roman. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough ass fight, that other dude. So
yeah, Figueroa, that was a tough fight, you know. Yeah, I give Figueroa his respect.
I hope he box more though, because I didn't like that shit.
Yeah, no, Fulton was like too much in the pocket with him, but I think he was trying to convince the judges that, hey, you know,
no doubt.
Yeah, I got it.
He can box. That dude can box. I've seen his fight prior.
Yeah. No, but a lot of these fans don't like boxers. But me, I'm more of a fan of like all around fighters who are boxers. You know, boxers who can fight. Yeah, boxers who can fight. I like that style. Like, so that's why I'm big on Jaron Ennis and David Morrell, because they're boxers who can fight.
Hey, so what do you think about the Showtime deal? Is it a 5-fight deal that Giovanni has got?
Three fight deal. 3-fight deal.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 3-fight deal. He did.
Not bad for the first one, Custio Clayton.
Yeah. And Custio Clayton, he's undefeated as well, and he's big, so it should be a challenge.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Because that dude got like heavy hands too.
Yeah.
And he got, you know. But like you said, Jerron Ennis can box like shit. Hopefully, he don't get caught with nothing.
Yeah,
that's a tough fight to me. That's a tough fight.
No, it's a tough fight. I say that his opponent is better than Vergil Ortiz's opponent. You know, who he was gonna fight, but he's still getting flack though. He's still getting flack for this opponent.
I don't see how. Because a lot of people want to fight Custio, and I think he had a draw last fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had a draw against who the fuck was that? Lipinets or somebody? I'm not sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a decent fight. Yeah. He should have like boxed better though. Mm-hmm. I feel like he should have boxed better. He had the advantages, like the reach and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, I don't see Bivol anywhere on VADA's thing.
So they're not doing VADA for this either?
I'm not sure. And if they do, about what is it? It's gonna be May, right? In May.
Yeah, May. Yeah.
So how much time is that giving them?
You don't see no VADA testing in this?
Nah, I'm not seeing nothing yet.
Yeah. But people like to say Canelo was 23, but I think he was unified at that time. He already had a belt at 23, and it was him who asked for the Floyd payday anyway. He was calling out Floyd, you know, before. Floyd wasn't even thinking about Canelo, but you know, Canelo was calling out Floyd, you know. So yeah, man, there's no pleasing these fans.
Limited VADA promotions. Yeah, that's deep. Hey, that's crazy. Like you hear the
but Bibble's in it.
Oh, Bibble's in VADA?
Yeah, March 5th. He's enrolled.
Do you see Shakur in it?
I don't know. Find out.
That's good though. That Bivens in it, like you know what I mean. Like at least we know he's fair. Canelo, he's all year round tested. So
Yeah, he does here. You know, to be honest, I think Canelo cycles off when, like me personally, I think Canelo cycles off when he's going through negotiations or when he pushes back fights and stuff like that. I think that's his way of like cycling off his shit. Me personally, you know, yeah.
I got 10 minutes left on my charger, so I'm gonna jump off and get back in the chat, yo. Thanks for chopping it up. Don't let me chop it up with y'all, man.
Yeah.
News about Lomo. It's kind of sad though, really. Like,
no, it is sad, bro. It is sad. It's not
like,
kind of sad. It is sad, man.
Man over in a war, and he got a guy over here chasing a guy, and he got a belt.
Just so actually calling him to come back from the war, calling him.
It's crazy. All right, one.
Yeah, so there are fighters here, but I don't know. It's funny, it's not on the fighters list, but when I looked it up, it said that he was enrolled as of in March 12th, I believe. So I don't know. But yeah, man, that's what these guys gotta do, man. Make it a clean sport. Make it a clean sport. As for like what Victor Ortiz doing, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that dude. I ain't gonna make any assumptions. I know he ain't make weight. I do know that. I know the fight, he out of the fight. So that's that. Fight ain't happening. So who gonna be headlining that card? Is it gonna be Blair to Flair? We don't know. Anybody? Anybody on the panel? Anybody know who's gonna be pushing that card? Says if you use drugs, you learn how long it stays detectable. Yeah, I would imagine. Turned pro at 15 and fought Cairns until he was like 30-0 and only had 40 amateur fights compared to Floyd amateur level opposition he's been facing since 17-0 being raised. Family of fighters. Yeah, the dude used to snack illegal PED. What's up? I guess so. So do you know who headlining this next DAZN card?
I want to say David Avenetian, but let me double check.
Because
David Avenetian and whoever this guy he about to fight. Let me check. I actually watched some footage on him too. His opponent, he gonna knock the dude out, I think.
What you talking about, Ortiz?
No, David Avenetian.
Oh, okay.
His opponent.
So Blair is what, the runner up now?
Yeah, he ain't no damn main event.
Well, he talked this way. He been talking too, so people gonna be tuning in to watch him.
You're right. He did a good job promoting the card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's gonna translate to the viewership.
I don't know. But yeah, he's. I like his energy, but he borderline cringy at the same time, man. Like, I don't know what he be talking about. So he be going too far with that shit. But hey, man, well, at least he talking. A lot of folks ain't saying nothing. They be on Twitter. Someone else posted it, taking their shit back down and shit.
Hey, well, what too? A lot of people out here trying to are they trying to put out rumors that Vergil was on PEDs or was doing something?
Blair did it. Blair,
yeah, because I didn't see that.
A lot of people
I wasn't really watching his interviews like that.
From what I've heard, like I didn't even see the interview. But he said you could bet. I guess they said that he said you could bet that he'll bet $100,000 that he was on PEDs. So I'm like, he just talking. You know what I'm saying? He just making a name. He trying to make a name for himself. So, which I ain't knocking. I think it's entertainment, but you know,
Man,
who knows?
yeah, man. That's a harsh accusation, man. That's
Yeah, it
crucial, but
is.
hey,
It is. It is.
to
Say
pull out
someone's
I
on
mean,
PEDs with no proof. It just say, I bet he is though.
I bet 100,000.
And that ain't no YouTuber on the panel. That's a fighter. So
That's a fighter, bro.
right, that's a fighter out there saying that shit. So it's like, does he got some inside info or is he just capping? We
No
don't
PR,
know.
no PR training, nothing. Just
Yeah, no PR.
he's on PEDs. That guy for sure is. I can bet $2,000. Like, damn, chill out, bro. That shit brings you back up. Let's not forget Conti behind it. Oh, y'all getting on there snack shit, huh?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Snack is the worst name. It's like it's
Okay,
like
well,
what did they call it? Stack, but we're like, nah, we can't do that. Snack.
all right, well,
Hell
but
yeah, Heflo, they fight. Go ahead, Pooh.
well, what happened is what happened is I think Blair had some text messages or something like that, and this is what the text messages read about the PED accusations. Hold on, let me read what it said. You know, there was some text messages that were sent that this is what Blair the Flair said. He said Ortiz is using steroids. They said he has rhabdomyolysis or whatever. That's what I had. That effed my feet up. That's very common with steroid use. No wonder he's so expensive.
Wait. He said he had the same condition.
That's what it looks like it to me.
So that's what Blair the Flair said, that whatever this word, this rumble, whatever,
Yeah,
that he had that before.
Yeah, that's what he said.
But he said it comes from the PEDs.
And it comes from the PEDs.
Yeah.
So he knows. So what they call it?
He dry snitching on himself.
No, it's hold on.
Basically, like, you know what? It takes one to know one.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, bro, he's accusing him. And he even made a poll saying, "Do they need to check that ass?" They said, "Do they need to check that ass?" And a lot of people said yes on the poll that he made.
He said, "I almost lost the foot."
Yeah. So I don't know, bro. I don't know what to believe,
Bro,
but
that's the funniest shit I heard today.
Yeah,
this man like, bro, I almost lost my foot off that. He on PEDs. I know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
Diabetes, man. I'm sorry, man. Y'all.
I'm sorry, but that opportunity, that joke was there.
Oh man, damn,
Yeah,
that's
man.
crazy.
Take one to know one.
Well, that's why everybody listens to the dude who be running Snack, because he like, nah, that motherfucker on steroids.
Yeah, that's true.
Shits when I see it.
Right. When Victor say that shit,
Victor
shit, he know.
like, nah, he on steroids.
He make the shit. Yeah,
oh
man,
that's just funny.
Yeah,
bro. I think he may be. I don't know if he's on it or not.
Hey, Blair the Flair off the chain, man. He
really
nobody.
is.
I mean, somebody got to pull him to the side. Be like, look, man, you got to chill out, bro, with this, because he can actually get sued, right?
I don't. What, for defamation of character?
Yeah, he can get sued for that if Vergil won.
For what?
For defamation of character.
Roger got sued for saying that about Pacquiao.
What, that he was on the shit?
Hell yeah, he got sued for that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You know how people be sensitive about that type shit.
Yeah.
Blair better be careful. He better have that 100,000 he's talking about.
That's it. When people brought that shit up, he was like, "Nah, I don't like needles." Like, you got awful lot of tattoos.
Right.
That's like, hold on, you came up a lot of weight divisions. Actually, I don't know. It's like thinking about this shit. Like, damn, you
Steven, what's up, bro?
now.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, and then the thing about it is, I mean, it's unfortunate. I know some shit happens in boxing, but a lot of people be
Yeah.
wanting to see their favorite fighters like Steven. You know, they be wanting to see their fighters, fight night. A lot of people pay, come from long distance to see these guys. So
Yeah,
it be kind of fucked up sometimes when these situations happen.
yeah.
Yeah. It do be messed up at times when it happens.
Like for all the people that really was down there to see Spencer Pacquiao had to settle for the Ugas Pacquiao. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, they didn't want to really. I don't think like people were really looking forward to Ugas Pacquiao.
Nah, I don't think so either. Everyone was like, "Yo, this gonna be." Everyone was waiting for that fight, and then boom,
Yeah.
you got Ugas, and then Ugas was like, "And I'll take the WBA too."
Yeah.
I'm taking it all. I'll tell you what, all the motherfuckers that bet on him, congratulations. Shit, they made out like champions.
Pretty much.
They made out like the A side.
Yeah.
Oh shit. So he said they was calling Coach Malachi's show, calling it PEDs. I couldn't even defend Ortiz. They was literally calling in. What? Damn. Hey man. Vada or nada, man. Say it ain't so. If it do come out, that's why I ain't gonna give it no flame like that. But if it do come out, it was for PED reasons that he pulled out. Bro, that's not a good look. At all.
Damn. So somebody, there's some sort of source saying that he was on
Basically, it seems like his reasoning for having to go to the hospital because of whatever maybe the drug or PEDs he was using. Maybe it was too intense.
Yo, Vada need to start pushing that shit.
Hey, Vada needs to check these fools, man.
Nah, what Vada got to do is get a hold of Blair the Flair and be like, listen, you do a commercial and shit. Don't do drugs, or you're gonna fuck around lose a foot.
Lose a foot and end up in a hospital. Real shit, man.
Oh man, fuck around.
Damn. You imagine that shit? Like, what if it went from, like, I thought it was just some shit like they saying he just cut too much weight, So if it was just that, okay, then that's just whatever. But if it came from a drug he was taking, and you like, that'd change the whole scenario because it'd be like, damn, you almost died from doing PEDs. Like, fuck, bro, fuck that sympathy shit. You over here, stupid shit. Like I was flaming the fuck out Gerald Miller, like you stupid idiot. You was damn near, you was killing yourself. You know what I mean?
And he did it not once; he did it twice.
Right.
He did everything too.
The worst shit, bro. Like I'm like, you big dummy.
He did the Dollar Tree shit. He was like, yeah, I just take
Yeah,
that
man.
shit. I take some of that shit.
Same with Mr. Uskatagi. He was doing all types of shit too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uskatagi was doing all types of shit.
G Pascal was real
too.
bad.
Hell yeah, he was doing all types of shit too. He was juiced to the gills.
Yeah, he was going off our Hopkins like take the test.
hey, 1, 2, we roasted that man that day. That live we did.
Take the test.
Right.
Yeah, he was
over there
juiced to
trying
the
to roast
gills
him
too.
out.
This motherfucker, oh man, he did that, and Baby Miller did the same shit. You probably on steroids.
Right. He was accusing AJ and Pop the same after the press conference and shit. Bruh.
Shoving him in shit, showing anger issues.
Flipping tables, pushing AJ. Just making it obvious.
It wasn't even his fight thing, right? Wasn't it for another fight that was lined up? And he just showed up shoving motherfuckers around and shit. Pulling
Hey,
that
Steven say Blair looked like Ryu from Street Fighter. What the fuck? Those snacks are trash. Wow. Yeah, man, these dudes gotta be careful, man, what they doing. I get it. Dudes is trying to be chiseled and go in there and win and drop the weight in a little amount of time. But if you're doing something illegal, man, it could be that last press. It could be the last fight camp. Do the wrong shit.
Fuck around and lose a foot.
Fuck around
Get
and
it on
lose
your
a
good foot.
man.
Don't lose a foot, man.
Well, let's look at another sport. A lot of these wrestlers die of heart attacks because they're juiced to the gills. Like I think
Mhm.
Eddie Guerrero, he died of a heart attack. I think his heart like exploded, and then
Yeah.
I think like even the Scott Hall, he died of one, and then there was another guy who died of a heart attack too. You know, because your body can't take all that shit. You know, and your heart's a muscle, so
It's
yeah,
pushing your body too hard.
yeah.
And that
This
energy
dude,
got to come from somewhere. That's what I always bring that shit up. I'm like, there's got to be a downside to this shit, like anything else. You
but
can't
once you
just
kid, they got fans, man. They got paydays, man. They got to get, so they got to
uh,
protect their own, right?
ain't no
They got to live
shit.
for now.
Ain't
They got
no
to do what they got to
point
do.
in having a Ferrari if you're gonna have a heart attack and as soon as you buy the motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Right.
Man down. You know what I mean? It's not cool. But I do recall also that the UFC says that they, when it comes to guys that are on weight, like in weight classes, they do like a hydration test, I guess, during camp, so that they have to be within a weight and make sure that their hydration is correct. Because if they're too dehydrated, they'll tell them to move to a different weight class. I
Well,
think
yeah.
that would benefit boxing as well.
It's just no regulation, man. It's just not regulated.
Mm-hmm.
You got dudes
Yeah.
doing like I mean, I don't know if this one is worse than which one is worse, this one or Tio?
What the whole was Tio Invada during that Cambosis fight or not?
Ooh.
I don't know. It was Triller.
No.
Oh shit.
I doubt it, bro.
Oh shit. So maybe that's
I
why
don't remember
maybe
seeing
that's
him.
why he was having breathing issues.
But I'm saying like because I remember Tio saying that he almost died from that.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
now they're saying Vergil could have died from this situation. I don't know which one was more severe.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was VADA testing in that. But there shouldn't there have been, because that was don't they do VADA testing? Is it the IBF?
Nah, that's just the WBC. So I mean, we at the last draw, bro, with testing because
he was also getting punched by that 400-pound motherfucker too.
yeah, exactly.
For nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get prepared to fight.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia's juice to the gills too. Don't let it fool you. The reason why I say that is number
you better
one.
put 100,000 on like
Nah, he was getting injured too much. Like that's another thing is if you're on the shit, you get injured a lot. You know what I mean? So he was probably getting like his body probably couldn't help that.
What is that? I never even heard of that.
Like if you take the shit, you're gonna get injured a lot. Trust me.
No, you're not.
That's why Canelo got knee problems
Tony
right
said,
now.
"No, you're not."
Nah, that's why Canelo got knee problems right now.
No, you're
Nah,
not.
that's why Canelo got knee problems right now.
Bro, look.
Oh, shit.
If you get, let me give you a prime example. Okay, some people in their sleep they have a stroke, and it can cause a condition called Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is where half your face goes paralyzed. All right, this is just one case of where doctors prescribe you steroids. What it ends up doing is it causes your muscles to re-react in your face so that half your face works again and it's not just sitting there paralyzed. Here's the deal. Steroids is used medically to heal you. Now, the injuries that it causes it can cause you to tear like football players. You see MCL, ACLs. The reason why they tear that is because ligaments and tendons, the steroids ends up leaching the fluids out of everything, all the organs, everything that you have, into the muscle, because steroids oversaturates the muscle with fluid. That's why you see tendons and ligaments tearing. But as far as muscular, it actually keeps you from getting injured. It repairs your body faster than it would naturally. So that is not true.
No, I watched the
Damn.
video. I watched the video about a guy breaking it down with Ryan Garcia, and he made some good points. He made
So
some very good
what?
points. And I'm just gonna go off of that,
This is
basically.
my degree. This is my degree. This is what I went to school for. This is what I do on a living.
I can tell the way.
I mean, you can believe some YouTube doctor if you want to, or you can.
No, I am, because the whole camp, like, I mean,
Damn.
He said, "I
they-
am.
mean,
I'm a
you
YouTube
could,
doctor."
and you sound like
Hey,
an
Tony
idiot.
know his
Somebody
shit.
knows
no,
anybody who
it's
knows this
just
shit is gonna sound dumb again. So if you want to sound
nah,
like a cat, believe
nah.
it.
I'm just gonna go off of the pattern. I'm just gonna go off of the pattern of the camp. You know, Canelo popped dirty, Louis Neary popped dirty, freaking Oscar Valdez popped dirty. So like all those people in the camp are like looking suspect. So I'm just going off of like patterns. I'm not even.
I don't think he's
Somebody
denying
popping
that. Go ahead.
I said somebody popping dirty has nothing to do with steroids causing injuries. Like
Right.
I don't know.
You talking about something different.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's completely different.
Yeah.
No, it does, or not necessarily steroids, but maybe hormones, like different hormones, because you are growing, like you're actually like forcing something to grow quicker than it should.
You're not like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you don't get tall and like you don't hit puberty again and grow. Like, what the fuck?
But you just see Ryan Garcia's body transformation, and I suspect that it had to do with steroids. That's just me.
I mean, you could say that, and that's cool. If you believe he's juicing, then by all means, like the Reynoso camp, there's been a lot of such shit. I would not argue with you on that point. I'm not saying he may or may not be on PEDs. I don't know. But what I'm saying is steroids does not cause injuries like that. Like, if anything, it prevents it. It makes you physically. Steroids are like sensu beans. Like, the minute you get hurt, your body's healing. That's why, like, when you see bodybuilders talk about, which is bullshit, a normal person can't do it, when they talk about, oh, I go to the gym 3-4 times a day. That's cool. They can do that because they're juiced out of their fucking mind. So the minute they lift the first weight, their body's already healing as the muscles tearing. A normal person can't do that. You're going to be overtrained and you're going to hurt yourself because you're not on steroids. That's all I'm saying.
So steroids can't lead to tender injury or complete tears or anything like that?
A tear is normally caused by a ligament or a tendon giving way, which I already explained earlier. Muscular is different. Like when you see a pectoral tear, it's because the pec is separated from the shoulder where it ties in. That's got to do with tendons and ligaments. So if you don't hear about a tendon or a ligament being torn, then 9 times out of 10, steroids had nothing to do with it.
So, like, if a player, like, for example, or someone, let's just say someone in the sport, basically suffers like different types of injuries, like injuries to their knees, elbows, necks, spine, feet, toes, and ankles, and those things, that has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm just
the spine is skeletal. So no, steroids would have nothing to do with your bones. Like, as far as bone injuries go, it's going to be due to something you did improper. Now, could steroids have a small effect on it? As I explained earlier, it causes a leaching effect, which possibly it can make your bones slightly more brittle. But the problem is with that, which is scientifically proven, the more you work out, the more athletic you are, the more natural bone density you create. So somebody who's like on their couch all the time, or in this case, on a bed all the time, like I am playing a video game, they would be less likely to have as much bone density as somebody who stays in the gym, whether it be working out, playing football, basketball, etc. You're going to have higher bone density. So no, steroids more than likely would not cause an issue to skeletal damage. That would be due to whatever exercise you were doing, whether it be improper, you overloaded something and your body just couldn't take it.
Man, that man sitting down playing video game, cooking though. Shout out to Tony.
So Ryan Garcia's
That bro said Tony considered steroids again.
Ryan Garcia's hand injury had nothing to do with juicing, then, right?
I mean, you don't know that. I mean, what makes you think that? That has something to do with? Well, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, you know,
You can
I'm
believe
just
that
gonna
if you
leave it
want,
at that. I'm just gonna leave it at that, bro. I'm just gonna leave it at this.
Hands
You can believe
injury.
that if you want. And
Hand
nobody said you it's an issue with you thinking that the whole camp is on steroids. You can still believe
No,
that. But he's
no
only
issue.
telling you. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say no. There's no issue with you believing that. If you believe they are juicing, by all means, I would say the evidence points to that direction. I'm not disputing Reynoso and any of them guys whether they're
Yeah, we're
clean
not
or
doing
not.
that.
No, not at all. What I'm saying is steroids does not induce skeletal or muscular injuries. It's going to be more tendon or ligament injuries that you're going to tend to see. That's why you see so many football players, like I said earlier, tearing their MCLs, ACLs, etc., because it leaches. Think about it like this: your tendons and ligaments are like a rubber band, right? Whether it's muscle holding muscle together or bone holding muscle on it, right? If you dry out a rubber band and you pull that rubber band, it's going to snap. That's what steroids is causing to happen to your ligaments and tendons. It's drying it out because it's sapping all the water into the muscle.
Yeah, and on top of it, your muscles are getting stronger and your tendons ain't getting no stronger. So
yeah, no, that's true too.
On them too.
That's true too. No,
Yeah,
that's very true. That's an extremely true statement. What you just said. Another issue, and I'm glad you said that. Another issue you see with bodybuilders, not so much like boxers, but bodybuilders. Let's say that your maximum bench is 225 before you hit steroids. Now all of a sudden you're doing 365, 415 within 2 months of being on the juice. Well, like he just said, your tendons haven't built the strength to do it, so they just bloop, they can't hold it. The muscle just literally tears itself off because you moved up too fast in strength.
And if it's dry, it don't help.
No,
if you got a dry ass tendon.
Yeah.
So those things that's what I mean. It's got to come from somewhere. It's got to be taken from something. So you're gonna it's dangerous if you don't. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. You would have never thought, like somebody could have thought Tony Reviews dropped off until he said something about that, and that man just started cooking. I was like, oh shit, Tony.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. This is what I see, and this is what I don't like, right? There's a lot of drugs that people abuse that get a bad rap because they abuse them. Like anything, even aspirin will kill you. Antibiotics you're not supposed to take for more than 2 weeks because they destroy your kidneys. Like any drug that's abused will affect you negatively. My issue with a lot of things is drugs that could actually make you have better welfare, like your life will be better. Because if you're an old man that has low test and you put an old man on testosterone, now his quality of life improves because he was missing that. Now he's back like he was in his 20s and 30s. But because you have these assholes who abuse the shit and end up having heart attacks because your heart's the muscle that is too strong and all your arteries burst from it pumping too much blood pressure through, shit like that gets a bad rep. So shit that should prolong your life is now illegal, even though if a normal person took it responsibly, it would cause you to age slower and live better. Like that's why I hate that certain drugs get bad raps. It's like pit bulls. Everybody thinks a pit bull's a killer. No, they're not. Pit bulls are nice fucking dogs. But people who train them to be mean, then they're mean. That's all.
Definitely get your point, bro.
No mean PEDs, y'all.
Shout out to Tony.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Breaking that shit down.
Breaking it down, man. Elementary level. But
I do agree with you, Black, though. If people are clean, they can never be competing against people who are unclean. And the only place that me and you disagree on PEDs and sports is if I was fighting Canelo, I'd be taking everything underneath the sun and say fuck him, because I know if he gets caught, he's not gonna get in trouble. So fuck that. Why am I gonna test myself if I know you do the test and you get caught and you get a slap on the wrist? Fuck no.
Yeah, he did get a slap. A light slap.
A light slap, and then they increase the levels for him. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, face of boxing, bro.
Trash.
FO is face of boxing shit right there. How about tell you lots of negative effects of steroids. It's Tony, I can tell he said it with that tone, but
You know he did. You know,
Tony.
yeah, including but not limited to get acne, have an oily scalp and skin, get yellowing of the skin, jaundice, become bald, have tendon rupture, have heart attacks. He debating you from the chat.
well, I mean, the tendons we already talked about, and ligaments. He left that out, so he should have added both of them. The only difference in between the two is one holds muscle, one holds muscle to bone. So if you're gonna name one, name them both.
Yeah, leave this debate alone, Hap. Just not this one. Trust me.
But nah,
having a large heart, develop significant. He's still at it. He is still at it.
You notice he's parroting things that we said earlier. We all said that you can have a heart attack or stand because it increases your heart because it's a muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Saul coming through. And everybody in the live chat. The these elite channels, Tony's Reviews, 1-2 Kid, full of sports, actual facts, and the members, man, everybody that supports this channel. Shout out to y'all, man. We can just cook when you just put a flame in the title. You know what I mean? Just cook on everything. Vergil Ortiz, where that went down, as the first prospect to die in training camp.
Oh shit!
That's fucked up.
Oh damn!
Ronald Finkley with the flame at the end. God damn.
Damn.
He said, but glad he okay at the end. That's what he put.
Yeah, you don't wish bad on nobody. At the end of the day, you don't wish bad on nobody. You wish the best for everybody. At the end of the day. No matter how you feel about them or whatever the case, like you of course wish the best for that person. You know what I mean?
Got to.
Hey, Black, I do want to say this before you go. Bam Gardner, I'm on her side. She looks better than McKay. I don't care. I always go see here. Like when it comes to female boxing, I'm very biased. I always go for the
Y'all gotta.
That's how I know. That's how I know Serrano's gonna beat the shit out of Katie Taylor because she looked better than her.
Here you go. Well, you was doing okay with the steroid breakdown, and then your bias got you in trouble at the end.
You already know. I'm going for the prettier girl.
Yeah, when we was cooking on that debate, that's probably why you was quiet in the background. You didn't want no part of that.
Well, I'm gonna be real. Like most female boxers ain't good looking. I'm just gonna be real. Like I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Look what they
they
do for a living. They get
like that's what I'm saying.
They do get knocked upside the head.
Like I'm gonna just keep it real. Like I probably wouldn't even go out with like a female boxer because like it's gonna be like, hey, come here. It's like their voice may be deeper than my voice. You know what I mean?
Testosterone out, bro.
Yeah. So I'm good on that. You know what I mean? I'm good.
You calling Vada to your house just on the relationship tip.
yeah, exactly. Right. You may have to like call Vada, like, yo, can you test?
She go off a little. Hey,
you be like,
Vada, get over here.
You be like, yo, I'm going to work right now. Anyway, you can come when I'm at work. Can you slide through when I'm at work?
She just go off on you, and she just got too much aggression behind you. Like, we're getting Vada. This motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like, hey, can you check on her while I go to work?
Right? Can you pull up?
Yeah,
on her address.
I'm gonna be gone at this time.
Right.
And she in there peeing standing up.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah.
Ah, shit. 1-2 motherfucking kid. Yeah. Ronald on the Alicia Baumgartner fan train again.
Alicia, I'll go out with her, but mentally punishing though. She looked crazy, like waiting to exhale. Put it this way, like you know damn well, like you know damn well she'll be combative as shit, and you'll be like, damn, what did I get myself into? You know what I mean? She already strikes me as the type that
as soon as you get in an argument, she's gonna go grab her belt. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You gonna show
Like,
me
do you
your
know
belt?
what this
Like, I don't
is?
know what you do already. Sit your ass down somewhere, man.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, shout out to her, man. Hopefully she gets some courage and fight Michaela Mayer. You know what I mean? Y'all can talk about all that looks and all that stuff all you want, man. Hey, the flame is the same no matter what
Until
side of the street.
she puts her steps forward to fight her.
Yeah, man. So just step it up. No marinating, because the men has showed us it's a failing blueprint. You know what I mean? We don't
And
want to
with
name
Tony
drop,
too,
but
you
it's a
got to
failing blueprint.
understand when it comes to these chicks, you can't just say the chick that's pretty is gonna win, man, because
Yeah,
the other
bro.
chick ain't got nothing to lose. You know, what
I'm
I'm
low
saying?
key rooting for I'm low key rooting for Katie Tony reviews. So just to let you know that. So that
Hey,
theory you talking
fine.
about might go down in the dump.
All right. Let me go whoop that ass.
Okay. You're going off looks, man, but hey, I'm going off skill set.
Look. This is why I would never do a prediction on female fighters, because I'm always going to pick the prettier one.
Oh, you don't do
What
that?
happens?
prediction?
What happens though at the end of the fight and the state of her face ain't the same? You're gonna root for her again?
Right. Keep that same energy, bro. After that, if she looking all busted up,
So she ain't
keep
coming
that
home.
same energy.
I got to worry about it.
I'm just asking.
Actual said he and Alicia Baumgartner meet you. Get up out of here, Actual. Y'all confessing this shit, man, on this one. Man. So I'm the only one by myself with this flame for Alicia Baumgartner, Duck, and Michaela. I'm by myself. Oh well.
No, you're not, bro. I feel the same way. Bro.
Oh yeah,
she ducked smoke. She ducked the smoke, bro. Like I feel the exact same way.
Y'all can feel how y'all feel, but y'all can at least say
she ducked the smoke, bro.
What's happening? What happened?
Alicia Baumgartner versus Michaela Mayer. That's we was talking about that earlier.
Right, but I'm saying, but what happened? What was the particulars?
I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't have no fight scheduled lined up. And the fight could have been made. And as a matter of fact, Alicia Baumgartner said, "Oh, dog walk that bitch." That's what she said. And then when the time came for that opportunity, it was like, "Oh, we got to let the fight marinate."
Yeah,
all
that's a duck.
Like,
that's
a build up. Like you gotta build it up, bro.
No, she was talking big shit after she won the belt.
Yeah, you gotta build it up.
Afterwards, that energy changed.
She said, "I'm a dog walker," and then was like, "Oh,
yeah,
y'all
no,
want
she
this
said
smoke?"
that.
And she's like, "Oh, I gotta go walk the dog."
No, oh my gosh, she said that.
Out of here,
God,
man.
she said, I'm a dog walker. She said, "I'll dog walk that bitch." She said that.
She said, "I gotta go walk my dog. I'll be back."
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh man, that's
that's what she said, bro. I'm dead serious. If you look at the Twitter, you'll see her say that. And then in the interview, she calls her a bitch again. In the interview, she's like, "That's a good bitch." She said that. And so you would think that she want, the fight. You would think that's the fight she wants, but it's not really looking like that.
Yeah, the energy is, yeah, she's trying to marinate, man. She's trying to milk it, hold on to the belts for a little while. Matter of fact, the chick that she had knocked out, she already came back and had a fight. She hasn't even fought yet since that fight. So she just taking her time, man. She's just taking her time. It is what it is. I'm not gonna apply a flame like that.
Actually said, "I'm gonna Alicia meet shit."
Yeah, man. Confessing and shit.
Yeah.
But so 3 hours in, man. Y'all want to plug anything before we go?
Nah, man. Good looks for having the panel, man. It was good to rap about all the circus that we know in boxing.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get to everything, but we try to get to.
We got to most of all this stuff, but yeah, good looks. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always, man. Shout out to Fuller Sports. Y'all check him out right here on YouTube. He has a channel and puts up great content. Also, my bro Tony's reviews, really breaking it down, man. This dude know his stuff, man. Especially when it comes to these freaking stimulants and things that they take to get an advantage in the sport, and then a lot of them think that they can take it and get a shortcut and end up in taking a shortcut to the hospital, like Vergil Ortiz. I'm not saying he did PEDs, but it can happen. You know, you take the wrong stuff, you may
Lose
not
a
make it
foot.
to your fight.
You might lose a foot.
You might lose a foot, like Blair the Flair said, man. I bet 100,000 he on that. That man crazy, bro.
Thanks for having me, Black. It was nice talking to you, Tony.
Yes, sir. Hey, don't
Sorry,
forget,
everybody there.
hey, 1-2 Kid, if you're available, man, Saturday, 3 o'clock your time, bro. I'm going live
Okay, yeah.
in the afternoon for one of the fights.
All right.
So
right.
I'll just give you a heads up.
All right, cool. Because I ain't got nothing going on until like 7. I got a game to go to. So I might even miss the fights. I'll be watching the zone on my phone.
So let me ask you before I go, Black. The fight I'm going to do, I'm not going to say it because it seems like you're keeping it a mystery. But let me say this so I can see if I'm on the same page as you. The fight that you're going to be watching, both these dudes definitely on PEDs, correct? Like
no.
these dudes piss PEDs, or is that a different fight?
No, it's a different fight. I'm not fucking with that. Whatever fight you talking about, that's the devil, man. That's hell nah. I ain't
I'm
fucking
talking
with that.
about 2 400+ pound men about to fight.
Oh, you talk about Good Foot Promotions?
What? Which fight is that?
So there's 2 dudes that were they did the World's Strongest Man competition, and they're they have like weightlifting world records for powerlifting. So it's Thor Mountain versus a guy named Eddie Hall.
The dude who messed up Teofimo's ribs.
Oh, that dude.
So
what is this, UFC?
No, they boxing Saturday. And it's free.
Boxing?
Yeah, it's free too.
What network?
It's on the internet. You got to Google it, but you don't have to make an account or anything. You can just watch it for free.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. So it's just regular boxing gloves with 10 ounce, 12 ounce, just going at it?
2 400-pound motherfuckers.
Big as fuck.
They 400 pounds?
Yeah, like Eddie Hall came in at 414, and then Thor came in at like 437.
Bro, that's not even the heavyweight division. That's something else, dog.
Bro, look it up. Look it up. Just look up the weigh-in.
You just imagine, bro, like if they happen to if he happened to fight somebody like a Fury or a Wild, that's too small, bro. Like that's unfair. 414.
414.
How they doing a weigh-in?
Yeah, they did a weigh-in.
What did they weigh them with? That shit that they do at trucks when you bring metal and shit.
He said the truck scales.
They truck scales.
You gotta go to the DOT scales to weigh these dudes, man.
He weighed 2 tons. 2 tons.
Damn. That is unnecessary, bro. 400 something. Well, I might have to catch that shit, man, to see who gonna get knocked the fuck out.
That ring gonna look little as fuck.
Yeah, they gonna put all kind of dents and shit.
And how tall are they?
I think Thor's like 6'9", 6'8", 6'9". I think Eddie Hall is like 6'4", 6'5".
Damn.
Oh my god, these is fucking Goliath giant ass dudes out here, man. 6'9", 414. You imagine that shit?
You may want to record it and play it back at 1.5 because that shit gonna be in slow motion.
Hey, so which guy did Tio get hit by? The guy that's 6'9" or the one that's 6'5" or whatever?
Yeah. So I'll tell you exactly who he is. Do you remember a long time ago whenever Conor McGregor was like sparring with some really, really tall dude?
Not a real fight. You said just sparring?
Yeah, they was like playing around, and Conor was like kicking him in the leg.
I probably caught it back in the day or something. I don't know.
Look, very easy. Like I said, whenever you get off the live, just type Thor versus Eddie Hall, and then it'll come up. You'll see it. The weigh-in, fucking huge.
I take it no VADA testing, huh?
But yeah, no VADA testing on that. They burned it down. Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Who's gonna be reffing, Big Baby?
Hey, man.
Oh man.
Shout out 1-2 for jumping on.
Man. Thanks for having me, Black man. Shout out to the whole chat.
Peace.
I'm gonna check out that footage that Tony Reviews was talking about. So thank y'all for tuning in for this one. Shout out to the playback. Everybody hit the like button. Shout out to all the members. Visit the channels tab. Check out all the channels there. Support them. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. BHP. I'm out.